The Rowdies return to Al Lang Stadium with revenge on their mind after a difficult Saturday at Red Bull Arena. The Rowdies take on the Real Monarchs tonight in downtown St. Petersburg, and your live Rowdies pregame show starts right now. Hey Rowdies fans, welcome to the Rowdies pregame show. I'm your host, Lyndon Blake. Heather Donnelly is on maternity leave, and I'm joined by Rowdies color commentator Eddie Rodriguez. I'm so excited to be here with you tonight.
Great to be here with you as well.
And it's going to be a good night for the Rowdies. They're back home after that loss to New York, and what better way to kind of get those 3 points back on the board than to be here at Al Lang Stadium?
No, you're absolutely right. This is the best thing for the Rowdies after an away game that didn't go as planned, so now they get to play here at home in front of their home crowd and in front of the fans, so it's great for them to be back.
It is great for them to be here. We'll kick tonight's show off with some USL news and notes.
And of course, this is the first time the Real Monarchs been in this stadium here in the club history. Let's not forget, tonight could be the night where Hristov, only one goal away from tying the record, 2 to break it. Tonight, once again in front of the home crowd, could be the night, Lyndon.
I know, it could be his night. Tonight is always exciting to have someone on record watch. We're going to move on now to our USL Eastern Conference standings. The Rowdies looking good, sitting at the number 3 spot. Their only 2 losses of the season coming from Louisville City, who are first in the conference, and New York Red Bulls 2, who sit right in front of the Rowdies at 2.
And let's not forget, both of those games came via playing away, not playing at home. And interestingly enough, on the other side, the Monarchs are also number 3 in their conference as well.
So 2 big powerhouses meeting up for the first time tonight. It's going to be a good one. Unfortunately, this week we do have an injury report. This one kind of stings. David Najm has a torn left ACL. He'll be out for a lengthy amount of time, but that means the local boy, Kyle Karinga, will get that started right back.
It is one of those bad things about professional sports. We wish David Najm a quick recovery, but as you mentioned, it is time for Kyle Karinga to come in, take that spot, and really a local kid, really great story here. First game with the Rowdies, looking to do it at home.
And yes, and here's what Kyle had to say about his big matchup against his former teammates.
I knew beginning of the year that we would be playing these guys, and I was really looking forward to it, and it's going to be interesting seeing all the guys this week. I'm grateful to get an opportunity, and gutted for Naj, but, you know, happens in sports sometimes.
The biggest thing that we've got in the squad is strength and depth. You know, we've got players on the bench and, you know, who can come on and do exactly as good as what people who are starting. And that's exactly what Kyle is. You know, he's someone we can rely on, and he's a fantastic player.
This is our house. We've got a great record here, and we're going to look to continue that on Saturday. And the fans are going to be what pushes us.
You know, we've got Max and Kyle who've told us a lot about them. You know, they've got a reputation of being a very good team. They're well organised. I think it'll be a tough test for us, but one that, you know, we can more than handle.
Now let's check in with play-by-play announcer Drew Felios, who caught up with Rowdies head coach Stuart Campbell a little while ago.
All right, Coach Campbell, I know it's been a very emotional week after coming off a tough loss like that. What's the pulse, the heartbeat of the team right now, do you think?
Yeah, obviously it was a disappointing result at the weekend. It was a crazy game, really. I mean, if we'd taken our chances in that game, it could have been a completely different scoreline. We didn't, and unfortunately the result didn't go for us. But we've had a good week's practice. The guys are determined to get back onto the field and fix things from last week.
Few changes tonight also on the pitch. How do you think they're going to affect your team?
Yeah, hopefully they affect it in a positive manner. As you said, Kyle's come in for his first start of the season due to the unfortunate injury to David, and I think it's pretty ironic that his first start of the season comes against his former team, but I'm convinced he'll be fine. And yeah, I've made a couple of other changes because obviously with the result last week, I wanted to affect it and to make everybody aware that everybody's going to play minutes this season.
This Real team has been so outstanding this year so far. Coach, do they have any weaknesses?
Yeah, they've had a good start to the season, as we've had a pretty good start to the season as well. Obviously, we've had some good results, 1 or 2 not so good, and as I said, they've had a good start as well. So, in my opinion, it's 2 very good teams that are up near the top of their respective leagues, and it's going to be an entertaining game.
Sure is. Best of luck, Coach. Thank you.
You.
Now, Eddie, as a player, you've been there before. What's it like to play against your former team?
Yeah, no, that's a great point you bring up. It's always, you know, traditionally you can get up for that. You look into that against ex-coaches, ex-teammates, ex-clubs, and in this instance, Kyle played for the Monarchs, so he knows, you know, the whole club. MLS, they have the USL second division. So for him, it's all about, can you prove yourself once again? It's a new team. He's playing for the Rowdies. But now he's playing in front of his home crowd. A lot of family are going to come to watch him. So it's very exciting for him to come and play for the Rowdies against your ex-team.
And he says it's going to be familiar to him. Obviously, it's not the exact same team he played on back last year, but he said he's going to know a few of the guys, and it's going to feel like old times kind of going up against them, so that's cool for him.
It is. It's great. Some of your ex-teammates, ex-coaches, but, you know, it's a new team, and you're a professional. You got to go with it.
Yes, that's true. We have to take a short break. When we come back, we'll look on the Rowdies road test last Saturday in New York, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you in 2.
If you're new in town and working on your dreams and you don't know what you need, we got the perfect plan for you. My Blue, we are here for you, for you, for you. We're Florida Blue. Don't you worry now, 'cause you don't have to. Here we always say we got you. We are here for you. This is your home, Florida Blue.
Can you feel it? That vibe. It's here on America's best beaches. Feel it in unique mashups of amazing, crazy, and wow. So within every moment, you live amplified. St. Pete Clearwater, solar powered and radiating 1,000,000 megawatts of possibility. Dive in deeper at liveamplified.com.
Welcome back, folks. It's a beautiful night for soccer here in downtown St. Pete. Got the grills fired up. The kids enjoying the food. I'm pretty jealous. Looks like they're having a great time out there, Eddie.
One of those things where the great weather, great food, so nothing better than a soccer match.
No, there is not, and we are all excited for tonight's match. But first, Drew Felios is standing by with a breakdown of last week's contest in New York.
That's right, guys, and it's one week where I kind of wish we could skip these highlights, but I guarantee you the Rowdies have watched them over and over, and they are learning from them as they get ready for the Real Monarchs. It was certainly not a week that the Rowdies are going to want to remember, taking on Red Bulls 2, all things normal, till the 18th minute. Carlos Rivas controlling the loose ball in the box, then Fidel Escobar with a great finish. Past Cody Mizell right there to the far post. Red Bulls 2 with the 1-0 lead. Then early second half, Stefano Bonomo lays it off for Jose Aguinaga. Watch this strike just beyond the 18. That is beautiful. Take one more look. Rowdies struggling in transition, and this is the area that they're going to try and shore up this week. So minutes later, Rowdies on the attack. Leo Fernandez, a beautiful ball right here for Junior Flemings, and Flemings just can't finish. Evan Lauro makes the save. These are the types of finishes the Rowdies have got to have here tonight. Fernandez makes the perfect pass. The ball just does not go into the net. Again, credit Lauro with the save. 61st minute now, Moreno's cross. Skips past the Rowdies defense, and Bonomo there to finish far post. It's 3-0 Red Bulls 2. And they weren't done. To the 84th minute, Bonomo gets around his defender, finding Brian White for the easy finish, 4-0, and they'd go on to win 5-0 over your Tampa Bay Rowdies. So just imagine, guys, a couple weeks ago, Rowdies dominating 5-0, and then they're on the short end of a 5-0 score. What must they be thinking? Going to be really interesting tonight, Lyndon.
It will be interesting. Stuart did say that last week's match was a freak accident, but there were still some positives to take away from it.
Yeah, and one of the things that Stuart Campbell was talking about, they gave up some early goals, and then when it came down to the Rowdies putting their chances away, they were not able to capitalize on those chances. Before you know it, it's 3-0, 4-0. But one of the things they can take away from that is you got to take care of your chances going forward. You got to defend better, and nothing better than to do it here at home with this home crowd.
And it will be just, I feel like it's the Rowdies' night tonight to be back here at Alling Stadium. A lot of them are staying so positive throughout the week, and they're training really hard, and they're kind of putting that loss last week in their rearview mirror.
There's something about always coming home to your crowds, to your fans, to the people that know you, so it's always good to come home, especially to get another victory.
Yes, and now we know the Rowdies are good at soccer, but impersonations, well, they're giving it their best shot. Check it out.
I'm so bad at impressions.
Oh, no.
I'll go for Neil Collins. Hey, I want some Iron Brew. Hey, referee, what the was that?
I'll go with Neil. This is the easiest one. Say, you all right, Biggin? Okay, let's go. Step up, come on. Yeah, get to the ball.
Can I curse? Can I curse?
Yeah, we can bleep it.
Okay, then I'll do Marcelo after he misses a shot.
Oh, hello, my name's Jack Blake. If you please all just tune into my YouTube show. It's fantastic.
Right, boys, here's the plan. 8, we're going out, we're going to smash them 4-0, and then we're 9:30 at Canopy, team event. All right, everyone's going to be there, we're going to have a lovely night out.
Referee, you have to be kidding me. That is so soft, so soft. That's Yakin, to a T.
Hunter Gorski, Instagram, Story King.
Hey guys, Hunter Gorski here, check it out. Cooking something great. Stay tuned.
Probably how Lil runs. I think it's funny. Kind of like with a humpback.
Mateus, and I'm just gonna go with, oh man, I didn't mean to get bagged. I wasn't ready.
Yo, bro, Pulisic. What about me? Alex Morel, best young player in America.
Good thing we know they all like each other, because those are pretty harsh. You're
No,
funny.
they do. That's one of the things you do in the locker room, and you know it's all in good fun. So that's part of building that team chemistry that it shows on the field later on. So it's good.
That is good. And now we know Jack Blake is a man of many talents. He's now dabbling in the YouTube world. When we come back from the break, we'll show you his new hobby. So stay with us on the Rowdies pregame show.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we want you to eat better and feel better with smoothies made from better-for-you ingredients and food crafted with the bold flavors you love, like our Chipotle Chicken Club flatbread with grilled chicken, bacon, pepper jack, and chipotle mayo, or our Island Green Smoothie with fresh kale and spinach, banana, mango, and pineapple. Life's too good to settle for anything less. Chipotle Chicken Club and Island Green Smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better.
Florida Print Solutions is St. Petersburg's leader for the best quality, service, marketing, and printing solutions for your business, always with free pickup and delivery. At Florida Print Solutions, we stand for our community. Superior product quality, effective business solutions, and of course, we stand for printing. Make your next call to Florida Print Solutions and take your business image to the next level. Florida Print Solutions is an official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Jennifer Davis was the last person you'd expect to have a heart attack. But despite appearances, she had a spontaneous coronary artery dissection of the left anterior descending artery. But after being rushed to Baycare's St. Anthony's Hospital cath lab, doctors inserted 2 stents, which opened her artery. And thank heaven, this extremely rare attack was treated at an extremely rare hospital.
Welcome back to the Rowdies pregame show, everyone. The little Rowdies out there playing some soccer. Eddie, you got to start them young, right?
You have to start developing those technical skills early.
And professional soccer player, new dad, and now Jack Blake has his own YouTube page where he documents his life as a professional athlete. And as you'll find out, it's a little more complicated than it looks.
I guess I just thought of there's no one out there that's doing this sort of thing. And I guess it's just a little niche that I thought I could explore. A footballer or a soccer player's life can be turbulent, it can be ups, downs, and I guess I just want to give people an insight into that life.
Morning everyone, welcome to another video. This video is going to be a travel day to Carolina.
Bounce a few ideas off family, friends, and yeah, I mean, I just went for it, invested in a good camera, and I thought that I could produce really good content that people would be interested in.
I'm going to use the scales, I'm going to weigh them out so I know exactly what I'm eating, and then I'm going to cook it with this really masculine spatula that my wife got me for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I've watched all of them. Yeah, don't tell him that.
All except for the last one. I haven't seen the last one yet, but it's on my to-do list.
It took a lot of time to learn properly how to do it. I didn't want to put any content out there that wasn't professional or didn't look as though it was perfect. You know, I'm quite a perfectionist when it comes to stuff like that.
Time to get rid of this beard.
I don't think people really understand how much goes into it and how much time he puts into it to make it look the way that it does.
Depending on the episode, it can take days or even a couple of weeks, you know, to make sure that it's perfect.
You know, Jack bounces a lot of ideas off of me, and that was something that I studied in school. So I enjoyed doing stuff, trying to be involved with it.
Everyone's been really helpful. I'd say Jochen's been the most. You know, we ride to training together pretty much every day.
We've got Jochen Graf, David Najim.
What's up, guys? Hey, guys. What's going on? Jochen Graf here.
Jack Blake.
He's a big part of our team. We support each other. So whatever it is that one of us is doing, you know, if there's something we can do to help out, that's what we do.
Best co-host. Well, it wouldn't be Neil Collins because you wouldn't be able to understand him. We'd need subtitles for that one.
You know, he's got the face for video and I've probably got the face for writing. I think he's going to get me involved, so that's probably a good way of getting it more interesting.
Unfortunately, coming on away trips, you have to sit next to people that you don't particularly like.
Sports people can become quite guarded, you know, and I think it's nice to have that connection between themselves and the fans, and show that, you know, there's no divide there, we're all the same.
This is what happens when you leave the dog on his own in the apartment, isn't it?
A lot of people are interested in what we do behind the scenes off the field, and it's fun to share it with people, and this is a great outlet to do that.
That's the main thing for me, that I can connect with the community and the fans, and it makes me happy if someone tells me that I inspire them and motivate them. It's something that I'm more than happy to continue, and I guess I just see where it goes.
And Eddie, it's crazy with their crazy travel schedules and all the practice that they still have time to kind of explore new hobbies.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you as a professional athlete have to get used to schedule, and it's always something to do. Training, weight room, you come back, you got to do rehab, so a lot of things to do that people don't think about.
And for more features like this one, you be sure to follow the Rowdies on all their different social media platforms. You can follow on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram, so you don't miss out on any Rowdies updates throughout the week. And you can head over to rowdiesoccer.com for more information on how to follow. Now let's get a quick weather update. A little bit cloudy out there tonight, but the rain's holding off. 76 degrees, so it's a pretty steamy one, but that's what we're used to down here in Florida.
It's perfect for us, though. You know, if you're used to the humidity, something that you can use against the opposition. They're coming from higher altitude, so they're not used to that humidity. They're going to sweat a lot, lose a lot of water, so hopefully we can take that for an advantage for the Rowdies.
And I looked up the temperature before we did the show out in Utah, and it's down like 65-ish, and so it's going to be an up in temperature. Humidity will be a huge factor. It's really steamy tonight, so hopefully the Rowdies can capitalize on that.
It's one of those things where you don't realize how much water you're losing until the 60th, 70th minute, 80th minute. Before you know it, you're out of energy, and the Rowdies are going to come. That's what happened the last home game against Philly.
And I know the Monarchs did come here a couple of days early to kind of get a feel for the weather down here because, like we've said many times, they've never met up before.
Yeah, that's one of the things you do. You want to acclimate, you want to adjust to the climate, to the terrain, to the feel, so you get there a couple of days before.
Good job, Eddie. And we are almost ready to kick off, but before that, we'll have the full scouting report on the Real Monarchs, a team the Rowdies have never faced before. We'll see you right after the break.
Life, it's not measured by the breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. Life is the unlimited possibilities all around us. It's the interesting people we meet, the epic places we see, the incredible memories we create. Life is always going on. All you have to do is choose to live it. Full of life, Mohegan Sun.
It's time to celebrate and save at Ashley Home Store's anniversary sale. Save 35% on furniture and mattresses, or get 72 months no interest on new styles to celebrate your home. Going on now at America's #1 furniture and mattress store. Hurry in and save at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Florida Print Solutions is St. Petersburg's leader for the best quality, service, marketing, and printing solutions for your business. Always with free pickup and delivery. At Florida Print Solutions, we stand for our community. Superior product quality, effective business solutions, and of course, we stand for printing. Make your next call to Florida Print Solutions and take your business image to the next level. Florida Print Solutions is an official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Welcome back to Al Lang Stadium. A beautiful shot there. You're watching the Rowdies pregame show on this TV Tampa Bay. I am joined by Eddie Rodriguez from the concourse of Al Lang Stadium, and the Real Monarchs versus the Rowdies is coming up in just a bit, but we need to scout the opponent.
Well, it's a really good team, of course. As you mentioned, the first time they're playing here against the Rowdies. A great coach, Mark Briggs. And let's not forget, there's actually only 2 teams in the USL who are undefeated. They're third on the other Western Conference, and they won 3-1 against the Seattle Sounders. And Masta Kasha with 2 goals. We'll talk to him a little bit later, but great team.
Now let's get a closer look at the Real Monarchs style of play.
And that's what I was talking about. A team that is going to show you different looks right here. They love to use the outside. This is a great goal right here to the far post by Masta Kasha. The first one out of the 2, but look how the Monarchs build the ball to the outsides. That's a great layoff right there, and what a great finish one time to the far post.
It's going to be a good one tonight. Earlier, Drew Felios caught up with Monarchs head coach Mark Briggs. Here are his thoughts on tonight's big matchup.
All right, Coach, your first time and your team's first time ever here in the Tampa Bay area. Your first impressions?
It's beautiful. What a place to play. What a place to come and play 2 good teams on a beautiful field in a beautiful city.
You spent most of the first part of this season on the road. What has been the secret behind your road success? It has been magnificent so far.
I think there's no secret. I think we just take each game as it comes. And the boys, we've created a culture and an atmosphere where everyone wants to fight and work for one another. And that always puts you in a good start position. So hopefully we can carry that on tonight.
What about the Tampa Bay Rowdies are you most concerned about tonight, playing a team with such tradition?
You know, I think first and foremost, in this stadium, they're a different animal to what they are on the road. So we have to try and silence the crowd, try and quieten the atmosphere, and control the ball. I think if we can control the tempo and dictate the game, it should be a good night for us.
All right.
And Eddie, Briggs said yesterday that one of the things that's led to their success on the road is how he tells his players to exploit the teams and find their weaknesses.
Well, definitely a coach with a lot of experience. Tactically, they usually come up with a 4-3-3. Today, on paper, they look like a 3-5-2, so they have a couple of different looks they're going to give you, but you're right. One of the things is how can you implement your system against a team with their weakness as well.
And we've scouted a player to watch for each team tonight. Let's start with Mazda Cashier.
Well, let's start with the guy who put 2 for the Monarchs against the Seattle Sounders. Here's the first one. Once again, great touch to the far post. And subsequently in the second half, once again, kind of the same shot, a different angle. But look at that. Once again, great shot to the far post once again. So that tells you now, today, he's going to come off the bench. A little bit surprised. I thought he'd be starting. On the other side, of course, Kyle Kuringa, we talked about. His new addition to the Rowdies. His first home game as a right fullback. And let's not forget, going forward, he's going to try to make some runs out of the back because Georgie Hristov is looking to break the record tonight.
Yes, and Georgie is one of the players that we look to be the goal scorer, so it's quite possible tonight can be the night.
Well, especially if you're going to do it at home in front of your home crowd. We keep talking about that. What a great crowd it's going to be.
And one of the people that are going to be super pumped to be in this crowd are Kyle's parents. They've come to some games before because they are local, but tonight they finally get to see him take the field. He said he has a lot of people coming, some high school friends, to watch him.
A very special day for him. Not only did he play for the Monarchs last year, his first game starting for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, he mentioned to us that ever since the Rowdies came back to the USL, he'd been wanting to play for that team. So this is a great and a very special game for Kyle. Hopefully he'll have success.
And what's been the coolest thing this week is seeing all the players from the Rowdies support him and be like, we're not going to miss a beat. He's going to step in, he's going to do his job, and they're all rooting for him.
And that's a testament to the coach, Campbell, with a huge roster, pretty depth in that roster. You want to make sure when somebody gets hurt, like in this case, somebody else can step up. Your number gets called, so now you got to produce. You got to step on the field and get it done.
Yes, well, we're all excited for the game, and it's time to get it started for Eddie Rodriguez, Drew Felios, and our entire broadcast crew. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on the Rowdies pregame show. Rowdies versus Real Monarchs is next.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we want you to eat better and feel better with smoothies made from better-for-you ingredients and food crafted with the bold flavors you love, like our Chipotle Chicken Club flatbread with grilled chicken, bacon, pepper jack, and chipotle mayo, or our Island Green Smoothie with fresh kale and spinach, banana, mango, and pineapple. Life's too good to settle for anything less. Chipotle Chicken Club and Island Green Smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better.
Can you feel it? That vibe. It's here on America's best beaches. Feel it in unique mashups of amazing, crazy, and wow. So within every moment, you live amplified. St. Pete Clearwater, solar powered and radiating 1,000,000 megawatts of possibility. Dive in deeper at liveamplified.com.
It was a road trip to forget. The Rowdies shut out by Red Bulls 2. Tonight, a chance at redemption. Rowdies soccer is next. Well, it's the most intriguing matchup in Week 6 in the USL. Tampa Bay Rowdies defending the home pitch as they host the Real Monarchs. Great to have you with us, everybody. Alongside the former MLS star Eddie Rodriguez, I'm Drew Felios. The home dominance of the Rowdies against one of two teams still unbeaten in the USL, the Monarchs. What are the biggest keys tonight, Eddie?
The biggest keys for the Rowdies is very simple. Take advantage of that home field. We've seen him play some great games here in preseason. It's time to do it again at home.
But at the same time, the Rowdies' confidence got to be a little bit shaken after what happened last week against New York. How do you rebound tonight?
Yeah, it's one of those things where you go on the road, you give up a couple of quick goals, you start losing balls in transition. Before you know it, it's a bad game, and you want to forget about it and come back at home and do it again here in front of your home crowd.
All right, Eddie, you know, there's going to be tremendous talent on both sides of the pitch here tonight. For the Monarchs, they have got one of the hottest scorers in the league right now. Masta Kasher has been sensational.
He's been great. He's got two great goals here against Seattle a couple of weeks. Just the fact that he can finish right there. Look, one touch, the second time. That was his second goal of that game against the Sounders. He's got great technical ability, so you need to watch out for him in this game against the Rowdies.
Masta Kasher, somebody the Rowdies going to have to deal with. And on the other side, Kyle Karinga getting his first start in a Rowdies uniform.
Absolutely, his first start. You know, he's taking that right fullback spot. So for him, it's about playing against the home crowd, playing good, sound, solid defense for the Rowdies, and trying to keep that spot for him in the starting 11.
Yeah, it's going to be a very emotional night for Kyle. We'll have much more on his story throughout the broadcast. Of course, playing right close to home in Clearwater, where he once starred for Strictly Soccer, the club team. And of course, he's playing against his former team. Kasher, meanwhile, 2 goals in 2018, both of them coming in the last outing for the Monarchs. It's the Monarchs taking on your Tampa Bay Rowdies. Kickoff is coming up next from Al Lang Stadium in downtown St. Pete.
Can you feel it? That vibe. It's here on America's best beaches. Feel it in unique mashups of amazing, crazy, and wow. So within every moment, you live amplified. St. Pete Clearwater, solar powered and radiating 1,000,000 megawatts of possibility. Dive in deeper at liveamplified.com.
Life, it's not measured by the breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. Life is the unlimited possibilities all around us. It's the interesting people we meet, the epic places we see, the incredible memories we create. Life is always going on. All you have to do is choose to live it. Full of life. Mohegan Sun.
Al Lang Stadium on a soccer Saturday night. We get ready for the Tampa Bay Rowdies and the Real Monarchs. Should be fun as we get you set. Time for our starting formations, brought to you by Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. For the Monarchs, I'm going to be looking at that midfield with Justin Portillo and Michael Chang, the former Charleston Battery stars. Eddie, what are you emphasizing here tonight?
Two players that know each other well. They play for the Charleston Battery. To keep their shape in the middle, you see both of them playing defensive center mid, and one of them will go forward to try to add some power to their offensive.
All right, and for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, Cody Mizell once again in goal. You see a few changes. What change for the Rowdies do you think affects the team most?
One of the biggest ones right in the middle, Lance Roseboom right there. He's going to play that defensive center mid. You got to make sure you stay home, keep your marks, and go forward if you can.
Let's send it down to the field. Lyndon Blake is standing by. Hello, Lyndon.
Hey, guys. One of the guys in the Rowdies lineup is Kyle Karinga. We've been talking about him tonight. He is our local boy getting his first start for the Rowdies. He went to Clearwater Central Catholic, so it's just right up the road. He told us tonight he's been bringing 25 people here to support him, his family, his high school friends, so it's going to be a big night for him, guys.
Now you can imagine what is going through his mind. As you said in the pregame, Eddie, this has been a goal for Kyle Karinga since he was playing club soccer for Strictly Soccer at the high school level.
Yeah, for him to play in front of all family and friends, he's pretty much not professional debut. Of course, he played pro before, as a matter of fact, for the Monarchs last year, but first Rowdies game in front of this great crowd. A lot of family and friends in attendance for him, so it's going to be a very exciting night. Now, you got to keep your nerves in check. A lot of the times, Drew, as a player, you want to do more than you have to. You got to do your job as a right fullback. Keep the ball, make sure you stay marked up, and the rest will come to you.
Underway from downtown St. Pete. Real, of course, and the away whites tonight. Tampa Bay Rowdies, your familiar green and gold.
Keep in mind, Drew, that both teams play a similar style, 4-3-3. So they're going to be even at center mid, 3 across. The key of this match is who can get control of that center mid, who can go forward, create some chances, and of course for the Rowdy, as you mentioned in that pregame show, can you put your chances away? That's going to be very important for the home team tonight.
Neil Collins setting things up for Tampa Bay. The Rowdies 3-2-0 so far this season. Real 4-0-0. They do not even have a draw on their record. They have been that good. A 3-1 result last week over Seattle Sounders 2. And there's our game officials: Daniel Gutierrez, Jamie Willis, Robert Van Huesma, and Mazip Korich. Rowdy's working far side now, and trying to get it to the right side, and Kyle Karinga with his first touch tonight. It's a pretty good one. Hristov was in the area, and now Karinga taken down inside the box, and we play on. Contact early there.
Yeah, the referee closing out. There's a little bit of contact, and Kyle tried to sell it pretty well. Of course, you saw how the player developed, and everything went through the middle. Roseboom playing that defensive center mid spot. He's going to see a lot of touches in this game. See Leo Fernandez going down.
Leo Fernandez, star midfielder for the Rowdies. That's not a good sign. As midfielder out of Sao Paulo, Brazil. What a start to the season. He has had 3 goals this year. He has been a magician on this pitch here now laying, and the officials having some early discussions.
Yeah, you see Leo right here checking to the ball. You see that late tackle from behind, definitely contact. And that's one of the things the Monarchs are going to do well, just trying. You see at times 4 across at center mid. They're going to not give you the inside. They're going to push everything to the outside, which is the longest route towards the goal. They're going to make you earn it tonight.
Set pieces are going to be critical tonight. Marcel Schaefer, nobody does it better for Tampa Bay, as that ball was on the ground, and David Ochoa able to jump on it. The academy player making the start for Real, and another Rowdies player shaken up is that's Hunter Gorski on the ground right now, as there was a scrum as that ball was loose.
Yeah, great delivery once again from Schaefer. We know he's got the ability to drive that ball. Once again, left foot in swinger to the far post. Actually, he was looking for Neil Collins. He gets up right there, just a little bit off. And then you see right at the end, there's contact. Hunter Gorski, the defender, going forward.
This Real team in 2017, they were regular season champions in the USL. They had a +28 goal differential. That's how good they were a season ago, but bowed out in round 1 of the playoffs. That game was to Sacramento Republic. Just take a look at Kyle Karinga tossing it in. So meanwhile, the Monarchs have added some key pieces in the offseason. They've gotten older, a little bit more experienced, and they feel like they are poised to really make a run. And
interesting enough, in that game, they actually had to go all the way to penalty kicks to be decided. Not the way Real Monarchs drew it up on the board, but nonetheless, he had a great season last year.
Andrew Brody touches it back. And there's Sebastian Velasquez. Keep an eye Eddie, number 55, who when he is at his best could be one of the top 5 players in the entire USL. He has been fabulous this year.
Definitely one of the most dynamic players in the league. Somebody that you need to keep your eye on him, as you mentioned, all the time. Very technical, loves to exploit the space from behind. And even though he kind of sits in the middle like a defensive center mid, he loves to go forward out of the back, which is how he gets the ball in transition. And that's how the Rowdies struggled last game against the New York Red Bulls. In transition, they lost a lot of those balls, and of course they were not able to capitalize in some of those chances.
Cody Mizell sends it downfield. Just underway here in St. Pete. And early you see Real trying to be physical in the opening minutes. They're trying to make a statement. They're not going to be pushed around here.
Well, they know they're playing against a great side here, home team from the Rowdies, and you know, when you're playing away, you need to make sure that you establish defensively first, and that's what Real Monarchs are doing right now. Just playing good defense, playing tough in the middle.
Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, visit selectsportsamerica.com. Free shipping on orders over $50. Monarchs tight defensively here in the opening minutes. Here's Karinga sending it down and collected again by David Ochoa.
It's a good idea, though. George Hristov was wide open in the far post. Karinga tried to play that early ball, driving ball, driven ball. Not quite to the right spot, but it's a good idea. As you see Chang here getting the foul. One of those 2 players from the Charleston Battery that we spoke about earlier.
Sizing up both of these teams. Rowdies have played 1 more game than Real. Both teams have scored nearly similar goals, 1 more for the Monarchs. Rowdies have conceded 2 more, and see the firepower for Tampa Bay. 30 shots on target, even after that miserable loss last week up in New York. Still, the stats and the optimism pretty high for the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Great job by Roosevelt defensively winning that tackle. And that's what you want to do early in this game, Drew. Establish yourself in the 50-50 battles. You have to start winning those, and then collectively as a team, you can get ahead and get some momentum going forward.
That is why Roosevelt is in the game tonight. Be more of a presence defensively. The Red Bulls just too fluid last week against these Rowdies.
And the third spot that you talked about, the Campbell told us, Stuart Campbell, rather, the coach, you know, we got to make sure in that defensive third right there, the defensive center mid spot, that we got to win those balls. Of course, Lance Rosewood to do that tonight here at home.
Marcel Schaefer playing it now from the back. Rowdies wins over North Carolina, Bethlehem, and Ottawa. And Tampa Bay has not surrendered a goal at home this year. They have also not lost a home match in nearly 1 year. That last loss was to Charleston Battery in late April last season.
Of course, that's something to be very proud of. And as a team, Drew, you know, you work on that. This is your house. You want to make sure that you don't lose here no matter what. You take your chances on the road.
Vasquez sends it to the far touchline. Right now, Monarchs possessing. James Moberg, Modesto, California, former University of Washington star, in the lineup tonight. Lots of shuffling in that starting 11 for Real coming in, but they still feel like this is the best collection of players that they could put on the pitch heading to the east.
You see, Drew, every single one of the Rowdies players just behind that halfway line. They're not high pressure. They're just going to sit back and wait to see what Real Monarchs can bring forward.
Now Real sends one down far side. Whistle immediately blown as Cal Karinga was in position that time.
It's offside in that far part of the field. And once again, it's that defensive shape that I'm sure Stuart Campbell worked on it the whole week. How do you shift when the opposition is switching the point of attack? Can you cover those angles behind? And you do not want to give anything behind you. Keep everything in front of you where you can see it.
Talked about shoring up the defense, Eddie, but this Rowdies team, led by Coach Stuart Campbell, they feel like that 5-0 decision last week, that result was not completely reflective of the way the game was played. We had many chances in that contest, just let several get away.
No, I totally agree with that. You know, they gave up a couple of early ones for the first one, but which, by the way, was a great goal. Nothing Cody Mizell can do. And then after that, when you don't
this
put
ball
away
set
chances,
down. Leo Fernandez in the neighborhood is Ochoa right there with him, and it heads out of bounds. Well, for viewers in Tampa Bay, weekdays starting at 4 on MOR. It's Family Fun Time featuring Steve Harvey, the Goldbergs, Modern Family, and Tampa Bay's #1 comedy, The Big Bang Theory. So turn on the laughs and get more with MOR.
It's a good idea by the Rowdies, playing the ball to Leo Fernandez in the far post. The ball just gets away.
Hristov able to win it. Traffic, though, wanted a handball. No whistle that time. And lots of grabbing on the near side.
Well, you see the physicality of this game. You see Georgi Hristov having a chat with the ref. Well, we started with that nutmeg that Georgi Hristov did not like, courtesy of Adams, who goes down.
And Georgi get a little talking to by our head referee tonight. You know, these two teams, this is the first meeting ever between them, Eddie, but you can just sense they're well aware of each other's style of play, each other's tradition. For Real, of course, this team only in their 4th year, but still, this is one of the best teams out west, and you can just sense they don't like each other here early.
Well, the two teams that play similar styles as well, and two very well-coached teams. Two teams actually both in 3rd place. So a lot of similarities between these two teams. And also two teams that score a lot of goals going forward as well.
Collins heads back the other way. Neither team really getting a clean look so far here in the 12th minute. Alongside Eddie Rodriguez, Andrew Felios, Lyndon Blake is on the sideline with us. You're watching Tampa Bay Rowdies soccer on This TV Tampa Bay. Rowdies trying to deal the Real Monarchs their first loss of the season. Neil Collins going to try and send it upfield, and the whistle blown that time as Hristov a little bit too far ahead of the play.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where you want to keep the ball. Before you know it, you spring it forward, and you want to make sure that your forwards like Georgi Hristov, they're on sides. That's how you can get this Real Monarchs defense, get him off balance.
Sebastian Velasquez, nice touch out of the midfield. Now Real starts to work. There's Velasquez, he changes directions so quickly. First team all USL a season ago. Now Portillo tries to send it in, ball gets away, and Mizell comes up to play it.
You know, you talk about Velasquez's ability to go forward, to go through. He's got the ability to change the direction, but also he's got the vision to go forward. As you saw, he was just one little flick as his check into the ball can change the trajectory of the ball. It can put somebody else through onto an open chance.
Hunter Gorski now in the starting lineup tonight. Stanford star, also played with the New York Cosmos, and Gorski is very quietly played really well this year for the Rowdies.
Well, he's trying to get you know, his groove on, especially in that section of the field, but he's definitely a workhorse, always working, always tackling, winning his 50-50 challenges.
Ball will sail out. From the pitch, you can hear exclusive stories directly from the USL's players and USLsoccer.com's From the Pitch, with written and video content providing unfiltered access and a first-person look into the pro game and players' everyday lives. Check out From the Pitch as Marcel Schaefer now attacks, trying to get a shot. Here's Schaefer again. He is so dangerous every time he has it, Eddie, along that left flank.
Absolutely, very dangerous without left foot.
Good slide that time as Portillo's coming off a game where he got his first goal last time he was here at home, and that's a good series for Portillo's.
Yeah, you don't want to give Schaefer too much time on the ball, especially outside the 18. He's got the ability to put that ball anywhere he wants to.
Charlie Adams. Rowdies will chase this one down. Joe Cole couldn't gain possession. Right now, both of these teams really going at each other as Hristov tries to chase it down. It'll be a throw-in for the Monarchs.
Yeah, Drew, you knew it was going to be a great crowd tonight. Two teams that haven't faced each other. Two great teams in the USL.
And not only is it the first time that the Rowdies have ever played the Monarchs, City, it's the first time they've ever hosted an opponent from the Western Conference. Remember, they went to San Antonio last year in a game that ended in a 1-1 draw. But not often you get to host a team the caliber of the Monarchs.
That's good.
It's Kyle Karinga, Clearwater product. Former Monarch getting his first start tonight. Clearwater Central Catholic, then played at Florida Atlantic, played a little pro ball in Finland before spending a stint with Real, and now right here at home in the best place, suiting up for the Rowdies. Let's send it down to Lyndon, who has been covering Kyle in his home debut. Hey, what's up, Lyndon?
Hey, guys. Well, Kyle's very special player, even in high school, back when he was at Clearwater Central Catholic. In 2012, his senior year, he scored 33 goals and had 31 assists. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, very impressive. You know, the Rowdies actually won it all back in 2012, Eddie, with Jeff Attinella, a Clearwater product, in goal, and Karinga's kind of cut from that same mold.
No, absolutely. Always great when you can bring some of the local talent, some of the local product from the great Tampa Bay area. Of course, that includes Clearwater and St. Pete area. Just a lot of good soccer around here.
Leo Collins trying to get the Rowdies going. Hristov able to shake off the defender temporarily. And then Andrew Brody came over to help.
Great job by Georgi Hristov, though, just changing the angle of his body, trying to keep that ball. He was trying to get an angle to turn and put a strike on that goal, but defensively, good job by Real as well. That's what makes him so good off the ball. He can hold you off, he can turn, and once again, only one goal away, Drew, from tying the record, 2 to break it. Nothing like breaking that record here at home tonight.
Georgi Hristov, 3 goals this season. That's right, number 4 on the year. Will be tied for the all-time lead. Derek Smethurst suited up for the Rowdies back in 1975 to 1978. The glory years back at the old Tampa Stadium for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Collins, now Marcel Schaefer dealing. Fernandez trying to get going. And now the Rowdies will throw it in with Joe Cole. Cole tries to sneak a pass to Fernandez, and an offside's called. Oh, it looked like he was equal with that back line, Eddie, but not the case according to the official.
Just a little bit off, but great job by the Monarchs defenders. All they did step up a little bit late. They left Leo Fernandez off. Schaefer played a great through ball, trying to put him through. As you guys know now, the rule evens on, so as a defender, as a center back, all you got to do is take one step, half a step. As you saw Schaefer trying to play that through ball, and automatically Leo Fernandez would have been off.
Approaching the 20th minute. Monarchs working slowly now. Velasquez to the right side. Andrew Brody handling, former University of Louisville star. Justin Portillo, middle of the field, and this is where they want to work. Just notice, though, Eddie, very disciplined, very organized are the Monarchs. They stick to their principles, don't they?
Very methodical, very good. That's what we call tactical discipline. When you know where to be and what to do when you have the ball, what to do when you don't have the ball, and what can you do to get the ball. On the other side, one of the things that the Rowdies are doing so well, they're making sure that Velasquez doesn't touch the ball at center mid. He's had very few touches in the middle, and that's what you want if you want to keep these Monarchs off the scoring sheet.
Collins now over to Schaefer. Rowdies working methodically here as well. Roseboom comes up to help and sends it back to Collins. Tampa Bay keeps possession. Slide opening there, and now attacking is Nanchov. Here's Roseboom. Oh, nice job avoiding a Monarch flying in that time. Michael Nanchov won the MLS Cup with the Portland Timbers back in 2015. The Rowdies just thrilled to have him on their side as Hristov taps it out of bounds. As we're thrilled to be bringing you Tampa Bay Rowdies soccer on This TV Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's first 24-hour broadcast movie channel. Well, for viewers in Tampa Bay, catch Hollywood's greatest stars 24 hours a day on This TV Tampa Bay. Plus, catch all the stars of your Tampa Bay Rowdies. Every Rowdies home game on This TV Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay's first 24-hour movie channel and the home of Tampa Bay Rowdies soccer. Both teams sort of mirroring each other here in the 21st minute.
Yeah, both things, as I said earlier, very methodical, tactically very sound. They're gonna just keep the ball out of the back, keep possession, trying to build out of the back, and when it's on, they can go at any given time trying to explore that space, but neither team's gonna high press right now, and that's due to the respect they have for each other, due to very good sides, and I think they're showing them tonight.
I think easily this is the most highly anticipated match this week in the USL as Hristov battling for possession. Great pass onto Fernandez, but Leo just a little bit too far down the field, and that's an easy call.
I think what Schaefer was trying to do, put Joe Cole through. Instead, Leo Fernandez was offsides. But once again, what a great job by Georgi Hristov utilizing that body. As you see Mark Briggs, the head coach, just giving instructions to the whole flat back four for the Monarchs.
Mark Briggs, 2017 USL Coach of the Year. What a system they have with Coach Briggs and Coach Mike Petke working together for real. Salt Lake. Andrew Brody now taken down outside the 18, and how about that play from Leo Fernandez? But a little careless as the Rowdies give it up deep in their zone, and Portillo's trying to win it back. There's Portillo. Sebastian Velasquez once again. Hold your breath every time he touches, but he is well surrounded, Eddie, as you pointed out.
And that's the best thing the Rowdies have done in this game. Every time he touches the ball, just look at the green jerseys around him, especially defensively. As you look at a couple of scores around the league.
Ottawa Fury draw with North Carolina, 1. Monarchs now trying to send one in. They go far post with it. This ball gets away. Trouble inside the box. The shot taken and just over the crossbar. A sigh of relief as Cody Mizell did not have to move. And whoa, Chandler Hoffman nearly had another.
Yeah, the Rowdies are calling a handball there. And Hoffman, a left foot in swinger right there, trying to put it in the back of the net. Goes for a corner kick.
This will be Justin Portillo, midfielder, former Charleston Battery, battle for position, the in-swinger, good ball on, and again, situation where the Rowdies lucky to get away, not allowing a goal.
That was close. I'm surprised Cody Mizell didn't come out. Of course, Roseboom had it marked up. You see that one-on-one marking right there. Neil Collins went up, and that's why Mizell didn't come out. He stood in his line. Neil Collins had the header all along.
How important are set pieces tonight, Eddie? I think they could very well decide this match.
That's a great point. In a game when it's always tight, 0-0, whatever the score is, when it's a pretty close match, set pieces, and you and I always talk about the importance of those, not only free kicks, but corner kicks, outside the box, anything that can give you that little edge might be the difference in this game.
Michael Chang, handball, as the ball came up twice. So it'll be Rowdies' possession from the center circle. Joe Cole sends it back.
Now the Rowdies with a little more time to operate out of the back, as you see Collins switching the point of attack all the way to the right sector, looking for Kringa. He's been kind of quiet the last 10 minutes, but he's providing width, and you want him to stay out wide. You don't want him to come back in. As you see, once again, the replay, this shot to the far post just went wide. Off the foot of Hunter Gorski, though. Is that could have gone in to the far post? I'm not sure if the goalkeeper, Cody Mizell, would have gone to it.
Michael Nanchoff now to Joe Cole. Cole attacks, and with some room to work with. Can he send a service in? Defended really tightly. Kalen Ryden right there with him. Ball set in the box, and Ochoa able to get to it first.
It's a great job by Joe Cole, going one-on-one with a Monarch defender. Whips the ball in near post, looking for Leo Fernandez, just a little bit off. But that's what it's going to take. Drew, just one of those moments of brilliance to break this score sheet.
Joe Cole scoring a goal, his last outing here at Al Lang. James Moberg now working from the back for Real. Andrew Brody, another touch, and now Charlie Adams as well. It's Adams' third year as a Monarch. Played with Louisville FC a couple of years ago.
Great job by Roseboom right there, closing the space. And here's dangers once again. Velasquez.
Great pass from Velasquez. Chang can't get to it.
That's what I was talking about earlier, Drew. You cannot let Velasquez do that. Splitting three defenders.
Now Velasquez. Got magic in that left foot as the ball rolls out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Tampa Bay. Well, the USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow at USL on Twitter, at USL on Twitter. Get a look at Cody Mizell, 15 saves on the year for Cody. A tough week last week in New York, Eddie. As a goalie, you almost have to have amnesia, don't you? And just almost make believe like those goals never happened. Your confidence got to be up, huh?
Yeah, you do, especially in a new week. You come back to training, you have to forget about it because a lot of those goals, they were just, especially the first two, were just phenomenal. I mean, I guarantee you get 1 out of 10 when you hit the ball top shelf. And one of those situations where you got to forget about it, come back, work on your defensive shape, and worry about the Real Monarchs tonight.
Rowdies able to take it away from the superstar Velasquez. Now work from the back again, and another offsides call. That's the third offsides the Rowdies have been whistled.
Yeah, Georgia Hristov just a little bit frustrated. They haven't been able to find him on the ground, and that's the difficulty of playing that number 9 role where you got to come back, check in, you got to go away to play the through ball, and you almost have to be in 2 places at once. So the timing, it's crucial in that spot. Offside on the other end.
Zach Portillos had an outstanding goal against Ottawa. His first is a Rowdy off his head, and now Schaefer. And we've got an offsides fest currently here on the pitch.
Well, 2 things are happening now. That tells you how good defensively their Monarchs are playing. They're keeping that line. They're doing a good job keeping that defense compact. They step in at the right time. Now on the other side, the Rowdies are finding success on that through ball. Now they're getting a little you know, happy on that long pass. You got to be able to go through Hristov. He can lay the ball off, and then you try to go forward. Right now, playing the through ball, it's not working for them.
Justin Portillo sends it down. Monarchs slowly attacking again. Kalen Ryden from the left flank. Velasquez was inside the 18 waiting for it. Rowdies did not let it get to him. Now trying to turn is Chang. Chang fires a shot, and Mizell right there to knock it down.
Great job by Chang. Gets the ball on top of the 18, goes to his left. So of course, predominantly a left-footed player. Strikes the ball but right at the hands of Cody Mizell.
Yeah, two great players, Eddie. Justino Portillo and Michael Chang, combining for 5 assists so far this year for Real. Both scoring last season for the Charleston Battery. You almost have to wonder, has Charleston let 2 great players like that get away, and how much that must affect their club, because they have been awesome.
Yeah, they do a great job, especially combining. Once again, referee having a quick chat with George Hristov.
This Real defense, Rowdies have had a hard time really executing against them so far. And a good time for Linden to jump in with a little bit more analysis. Linden, what are you seeing down there?
It's kind of turning out the game so far like Mark Briggs said it would. Yesterday we talked with him, and he said he knew it was going to be a close match, and then he added he thinks the team that defends the best will get the 3 points, guys.
Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious here the first 30+ minutes in this contest.
Yeah, well, to add to that a little bit, you have to defend well, but also you got to be willing to go forward and take a few chances as well. And if you're capable of putting your chances away, you might get 1, maybe 2, but these type of games, Drew, they're so tight, they're so close that you're not going to see a lot of chances or a lot of goals for that matter.
Marcel Schaefer sliding it upfield to be a throw-in for the Rowdies. Zach Portillos. Portillos, the former Akron Zip. A couple of Achilles injuries. He has come off just a phenomenal story for the Rowdies this year. Here it is again. And that's what we get by Neil Collins, who'll go back to chase him down. Congratulations to the Tampa Bay Lightning advancing and the NHL postseason a little bit earlier today. Hopefully now the Rowdies trying to follow that up with a big win of their own. Here's Hristov. A little bit off as he tried to get it to Schaefer that time.
And that's a part of the field where they're struggling a little bit in the attacking third. They just, that ever so elusive, just final touch. You see the combination play between Hristov and Schaefer trying to do the 1-2 and go through. That's where you really got to take care of the ball and either play somebody's feet or you play into the space for somebody to make a run.
Here's Joe Cole now, far side. Cole, the leader on this Rowdies team, and that's a brilliant pass to Hristov. Here's the cross. Here's the shot from Schaefer. Just to the right. Marcel had the best look that a Rowdy has had so far in this match.
That's the great chance, the best chance that the Rowdies have had, and it all because the timing was perfect. Great through ball on the right. The timing was perfect. Georgi Hristov made a good run. Schaefer, you see him top of the box. He was trying to go to the outside. Took a shot to the far post, actually hit one of the defenders for a corner kick.
So corner kicks tonight brought to you by Ashley Home Store. Ashley Home Store, proud sponsor of your Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Joe Cole saying, well, he's grabbing me from behind, while making sure my arms are out. And
keep an eye on Georgi Hristov, number 10.
That's exactly what he's talking about. Look at the defender's hands right around.
Here it comes. Gorski couldn't get to it.
That's a bad tackle from behind. The referee stops it, and here comes the first yellow. Hunter Gorski was a little bit late. And he's going to get the first booking as Joe Cole is, talking about, the defender grabbing him from behind, and he does have a case.
So yellow card issued in the 35th minute to Hunter Gorski.
You see right here how Gorski's just a little bit late. He's trying to reach for the ball. The problem is that once you're airborne, if you make contact with a defender because he was late, that's what they're going to call. He really didn't have much of an intention to strike the defender.
Eddie, this Monarchs team with 3 results on the road so far this year out of their 4 wins. Tulsa, Phoenix, and Seattle, all on the road. You got to figure at some point that road warrior persona is going to wear just a bit, especially coming in here to Al Link Stadium, but we haven't seen it happen just yet.
Well, you got to give credit to Mark Briggs and the work he's doing during the week to get that defensive shape, and just to get that shape and then have the ability to go forward and score goals when you're visiting teams. It's a lot easier to do it at home than when you're playing at somebody's field.
Chang tries to send it in. This one way over everybody. It'll be a goal kick for Mizell. And for viewers of Tampa Bay, your next chance to catch Joe Cole, Georgie Hristov, and the rest of the Tampa Bay Rowdies on this TV will be Saturday, May 19th against the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Game time 7:30. Pregame with Linden right here on this TV, Tampa Bay at 7 o'clock. And Eddie, it's hard to believe it's going to be nearly a month till our next Rowdies broadcast. Hristov. Cole right there. And about 5 different heads touching on that series. Now it's Chang. Tell you what, Michael Chang looks very good here in the opening minutes. Velasquez sends it back. Charlie Adams now does the same. This is a good-looking possession for Real. Ball sent to Chang. Tampa Bay right there. Good recovery. Fernandez clears.
Yeah, but you're right, Drew. Chang has been pretty active on the right side for the Monarchs. A couple of great crosses.
Now it's Velasquez working with Adams. Adams trying to get through. Mizell comes out and kills it just in front of the 6. No goals just yet. Marcel Schaefer has had the best look for Tampa Bay. Manchoff, nice little touch that time. Cole goes down right in front of Kalen Ryden. Gorski has already gotten a yellow for the Rowdies, only batch of discipline we have seen so far. And now it's Collins. Neil Collins trying to shuffle it ahead that time. Portillo's wasn't expecting it, and it will belong to the Monarchs.
That's a good idea, though, by Neil Collins going forward out of the back. A lot of the times in this tight games, when you add a defender going forward, he's a plus player, and nobody might be able to pick him up. That was the case with Neil Collins. He just hit that ball with his left foot. He would love to have that one back, but it's a good idea, though, especially going forward out of the Rowdies' defensive 4.
How about the crowd on hand tonight here at Al Lang Stadium? Had some clouds in the area a little bit earlier. It's actually turned out to be a pretty nice night in downtown St. Pete. And Real just thrilled to be here as Velasquez goes down that time as Roseboom just swallowed him up.
Once again, great job by Lance Roseboom. That's the reason why Stuart Campbell put him in there. Make sure that Velasquez doesn't get the ball freely, and if he does, make sure you close him down right away. Don't let him pick his head and pick a target going forward.
Chasing quickly, it's Joe Cole. Cole able to win it, now a one-on-one. Shifting to his right, the goal is open, the shot is in! And the Rowdies are on the board.
Drew, we talked about it was going to take a moment of brilliance by someone from either team. Tonight is Joe Cole, the British international. Once again, mistake by the defender, takes too long. Joe Cole, no foul, goes one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Little shake and bake, goes to his right. Clinical finish by Joe Cole, putting up the Rowdies 1-0.
36 years old and better than ever. In a flash, the Rowdies up 1-0.
And that's where experience comes in. He saw the defender struggle. As soon as he put his head down, that's a cue for you to put pressure. He did so, won the ball. Even better when one-on-one with the goalkeeper, was able to capitalize on that chance. Great job by the captain of the Rowdies, Joe Cole.
You can see why Joe Cole a fan favorite. The veteran makes a play for his team. And the advantage now to Tampa Bay here in the 41st minute. You're watching Tampa Bay Rowdies hosting the Real Monarchs. Drew Felios, Eddie Rodriguez with Lyndon Blake on the field here at Al Link Stadium in St. Pete. Tampa Bay Rowdies soccer on this TV. Tampa Bay. We just saw our first goal, second of the season for Joe Cole, the midfielder out of London, England. Spectacular addition to this franchise and really still the face of this franchise in many ways.
Well, he brings so much to this franchise, of course. You want him for his experience, his marketability, but just what he does on and off the pitch as well. He brings so much experience, so much calm to this Rowdy locker room as well. And tonight he shows up that, you know, he can do it on the field with that great experience, great finish for him and the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
James Moberg. Now as Real tries to pick up the pieces, just have a sense that whoever struck first in this match would have a big-time advantage. Joe Cole again. And now the Rowdies playing with Fernandez. Fernandez, can he get to it? Yes, he does. A little time and space to work with as Schaefer sends it in. Header was on. Hristov tried to get a foot on it and may have gotten a piece of James Moberg that time.
Yeah, but Moberg went down. You can tell Moberg, as Georgi Hristov was trying to turn and hit the ball off a volley. Great job by Schaefer, though. In swinger to the far post, looking for Joe Cole, and look at Georgi Hristov is looking to volley that ball. The defender right here goes down. And actually, the ball is one to make contact with his face, not the actual boot of Georgi Hristov.
I think that's what Hristov is telling our official right now on the field.
It's Moberg, James Moberg.
Moberg played a little while in Vancouver, then Real. Very smart player on the Monarch side. You should get a look at Mark Briggs. Mark Briggs, I want to take a look at somebody with soccer experience, Eddie, the coach for Real. Played for 21 different soccer organizations in his pro career. You talk about a journeyman, and he's only 36 years old. He traveled around the world, played, of course, in England and the United States, but 21 different teams. I mean, you go to his Wikipedia page, you're just counting forever. I mean, not even you, Eddie, played for that many teams.
Not even me. You're absolutely right about that. Talk about a journeyman, a guy who knows, you know, the system of play that he wants to implement, and he's doing a great job with his team. Of course, last year he had a great season as well. Fell short in the playoffs.
Oh, coming up hard was Ryden. And this could result in another yellow. And the first for the Monarchs. Looks like Nanchoff went down.
Yeah, and Ryden is saying that it was head contact. Both players going towards the ball. Of course, Ryden, the Jacksonville Armada player last year in the NASL. One of the starting fullbacks for that organization.
Michael Nanchoff, such an important piece on that right side for Tampa Bay. And the card is out. And it looks like Ryden is going to be rung up here.
The second yellow card of this game. The first one to the Monarchs. And actually, Ryden's right. You can tell he was actually following the ball. And the telltale sign, Drew, is when you look at the player's face, is he looking to turn at the other players where they're at, or is he just looking at the ball? And I think that's one of those collisions that happen as both players are going towards the same ball. Of course, Neil Collins having a chat with the ref right around the last minute plus stoppage time here.
Nanchoff trots over to the touchline. Looks like he is going to stay on the pitch. Tampa Bay Rowdies with a 1-0 lead, courtesy of a Joe Cole goal. On the brink of the 40th minute.
Keep it moving, side to side.
As you hear the instructions from the bench, keep it moving side to side. Of course, if you're the Rowdies, you want to just keep possession of the ball. You don't have to go forward, but you do want to make sure you keep the ball and just get rid of the time. You got the time and you got the score as well. You want to just manage the time and manage the last few games. A few minutes, rather, of this first half.
3 minutes of extra time. And we're about a minute into that. Roseboom trying to win it in the midfield. Can't do it that time. And now the Monarchs able to attack. This is Andrew Brody trying to sneak a pass through, but the Rowdies very aware here on their home pitch tonight. Karingo over there to play it.
Great job once again by Roseboom, stealing the ball and playing Karinga on the right.
James Moberg now from the back. Not talked a lot about Sebastian Velasquez for the Rowdies. That is a good thing. Mizell comes out, takes a gamble, it pays off.
Yeah, you're right. It's a good thing that we haven't talked about Velasquez much because the Rowdies are trying to make sure he doesn't have a lot of time on the ball. It's one of the jobs of Lance Roseboom, coming in and playing that defensive center mid spot. Well, that's a great ball by Neil Collins down, looking for Georgi Hristov. Put a little bit of spin on the ball to stay on the pitch, right along that touchline.
About a minute remaining here in stoppage time. Monarchs trying to get a late goal here in the first half. Brody. This is Josh Hurd. First time he's really touched it. Ball sent just over. And the Rowdies able to play it again with Nanchoff the other way. If you are Tampa Bay here, Eddie, are you content taking this 1-0 lead to the locker room, or do you ever try and attack here?
No, absolutely. You want to just keep the score the way it is. You don't have to go forward. Don't risk anything. You got to keep good, sound, solid defense. Just like that, Joe Cole gets that foul, and every time the ball is down, you're going to shave 30, 40 seconds of that 3-minute stoppage time. But no, you want to make sure that you run the clock out, go into the locker room with that 1-0 lead.
And that will do it for the first half. As the Rowdies behind Joe Cole, the savvy veteran, on top of the Real Monarchs by a count of 1-0. What a play it was. All right, let's send it down on the field. Lyndon Blake has Mark Briggs.
Hey guys, Mark, it was a pretty even first half despite that late goal. What adjustments are you looking to make in the second?
We're not playing the ball quick enough. We're playing straight into Tampa Bay's hands. It's too slow, it's too easy, it's not good enough. It's plain and simple.
And you said one of the things you look to do to the away teams is exploit their weaknesses. Is that something you're going to try to capitalize on?
Yeah, I think we've done it a few times, but we haven't done it nowhere near enough times, and it has to get better in the second half.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Lyndon. Both teams head to the locker room. Well played. First 45 and change. And at the end of it, your Tampa Bay Rowdies lead 1-0 over the Real Monarchs. Halftime festivities coming up right after this from Al Lang Stadium.
Across Florida, we're listening to customers like you, and we're working hard to build the brighter energy future you and your family deserve. That's why we're making smart investments in the grid to improve reliability and prevent outages, to use more clean, renewable energy like solar, and to give you better control over your energy use today and in the years ahead. We're Duke Energy, and we're building a smarter energy future for you.
Shh. Can you feel it? That vibe. It's here on America's best beaches. Feel it in unique mashups of amazing, crazy, and wow. So within every moment, you live amplified. St. Pete Clearwater, solar powered and radiating 1,000,000 megawatts of possibility. Dive in deeper at liveamplified.com.
If you're new in town and working on your dreams and you don't know what you need, we got the perfect plan for you. My Blue, we are here for you, for you, for you. We're Florida Blue. Don't you worry now, 'cause you don't have to. Here we always say we got you. We are here for you. This is your home, Florida Blue.
The score after 45 minutes of play. The Tampa Bay Rowdies with the lead over the Real Monarchs. Hope you're enjoying it. Drew Felios alongside Eddie Rodriguez. A very tight first half and one play making the difference. A sensational goal by Joe Cole. We'll show you that in just a few moments. First, some of the other highlights, a very defensive first half, and Lance Rosebrough making a big difference, Eddie.
He's definitely made the difference defensively for this Rowdies. We knew that the coach put him in that place to do that. We knew it was going to be a difficult game for both teams, especially defensively. You can tell the physicality of the match for both teams, and it was going to come down to a moment of brilliance.
Zach Portillo's, Hunter Gorski doing it right, and the Rowdies back line tested, but Cody Mizell just watches that one sail over the crossbar.
Great job closing that space. Georgie Hristov on the other end. Great cross. Schaefer goes wide, takes a shot, and he hits one of the defenders for a corner kick for the Rowdies.
Then, this was the big play here. Joe Cole just wins this ball, and Eddie, it's one-on-one from there.
Great ability by Joe Cole to see the bad touch by the defender. Goes one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and just like that, gets around him for the 1-0 for the Rowdies.
Let's take a look at our halftime stats now, brought to you by Technia Logistics. Eddie, size up all the numbers. What number really stands out to you?
They're pretty much the same. A little bit better for the Rowdies as far as possession, 51.5. But other than that, pretty close game on both ends, defensively and offensively. You got to keep in mind the fouls, because a couple of cards have been dished out already.
Again, first half stats brought to you by Technia Logistics. And Eddie, at the end of it, the end of that first 45, it's the great players making great plays. That's what Joe Cole did.
Well, players with experience, and that's one of the things that Joe Cole brings to this organization. A lot of experience, not only on the pitch, off the pitch, and the locker room, but that's what you want. We talked about great players coming up in big-time games. He did it tonight in the first half.
All right, we'll have much more from halftime. 1-0, your score. Back to Al Lang in just a moment.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we want you to eat better and feel better with smoothies made from better-for-you ingredients and food crafted with the bold flavors you love, like our Chipotle Chicken Club flatbread with grilled chicken, bacon, pepper jack, and chipotle mayo, or our Island Green Smoothie with fresh kale and spinach, banana, mango, and pineapple. Life's too good to settle for anything less. Chipotle Chicken Club and Island Green Smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better.
Florida Print Solutions is St. Petersburg's leader for the best quality, service, marketing, and printing solutions for your business, always with free pickup and delivery. At Florida Print Solutions, we stand for our community. Superior product quality, effective business solutions, and of course, we stand for printing. Make your next call to Florida Print Solutions and take your business image to the next level. Florida Print Solutions is an official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
In the Tampa Bay area, the weather can change in an instant. Especially during storm season, it pays to stay on top of it. That's what makes the free TVO weather app so indispensable. You can track approaching storms with animated radar that zooms to your location, and you can click on the Future Radar button to see where the weather is headed. Don't get caught in the rain. Download TVO Weather today. Go to tvo.com/weather to get started.
Our next home game broadcast will be Saturday, May 19th, as the Rowdies host Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC. The broadcast kicks off at 7, with the match set for 7:30 here at Al Lang Stadium. Pittsburgh defender Toby Adewale is someone to watch in that match. His goal in the 85th minute against Ottawa Fury FC was enough to land him on the USL Team of the Week. The Rowdies will also face off with Nico Brett. He scored a hat trick in Week 4 against Toronto FC2, making him the USL Player of the Week. The Jamaican midfielder is in his first year with the club after playing with Portland Timbers 2 in 2017. Be sure to tune in to This TV Tampa Bay Saturday, May 19th, as the Rowdies host the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Now, here's Drew Felios with USL News and Notes.
All right, Lyndon, thank you so much. Look at your Tampa Bay Rowdies right now in the Eastern Conference in pretty good shape. 9 points just behind Louisville City FC and the New York Red Bulls, too. Rowdies taking care of business so far this season, trying to stay in that top half. Take a look at the USL scores from around the league. 1-1 draw, the Fury and North Carolina FC, Atlanta United 2, trailing to Louisville City FC right now. Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, all knotted, and no score between Penn FC and the Charleston Battery. Take a look at our storylines from around the league. How about Carlton Belmar playing tremendous? He and Thomas Enovoldsen both tied with 5 goals to lead the league. Orange County SC looking for their 5th win in a row. They are red hot. And the Real Monarchs, number 2 right now in the Week 5 Power Rankings. Those are your storylines from around the USL. It is time now for the Blakedown.
Welcome to the 4th episode of the Blakedown. Once again, I've handpicked my plays of the week, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Ball sent in. Cross the way, team save, keeps it 1-0.
This clip is both attacking and defensive. You see on the Orange County counter-attack here, he does extremely well to carry his run forward, and he gives the defense of San Antonio a lot of problems. And then if you flip it now and you look at his recovery run, it's fantastic. You know, he tracks the immediate run of the attacker, and then he follows it through and continues to back up his keeper on the line. And it's a fantastic goal line clearance, and it keeps them in the game after 60 minutes.
Out. Back to Sari. Chip toward the back post. Fields, check him! And an early goal for S2.
The reason I've picked this clip is not just the finish and the header, but also if you watch Sari's assist. He backs up his winger here, and he creates himself an extremely good angle to give that cross. And technically, it's an extremely tough pass to make. When the ball's coming at you and you've got to give a 90-degree angle on it and cross it at the back post, it's extremely difficult because you have to think about all sorts at that stage. You have to think about the keeper coming to catch it, but then also giving the loft to get it over the defender and down. And it's a fantastic assist, and that's the reason it's in my Player of the Week.
O-line, Von Williams. Stepped up, his number was called. Look at this, perfectly timed. It's Sunni Saad. Saad lines him up.
Sunni Saad's goal for India 11, for me, was created purely by Iosi's pass here. When the ball's played into Iosi, he takes a couple steps back, and that gives him the opportunity to get his head up and see Saad's movement. And it's a fantastic driven pass over the defense, and it's a fantastic finish into the corner with good disguise.
Stability in terms of paying so that players from the Caribbean, players from South America.
This clip is one of my favorite ones. The athletic trainer for St. Louis, is just so casual with it. I mean, he takes it out the air one-handed as if he's not done anything about it. And you know, he's caught it and throw back, just dead casual. And I think he's amazed every single player on the bench, including all his players. So as you can see from the breakdown this week, it's not just players that get on, it's also athletic trainers. So keep that in mind for future games. I hope you've enjoyed my hand-picked plays from the week on the 4th episode of The Breakdown. I look forward to seeing you next week.
Jennifer Davis was the last person you'd expect to have a heart attack. But despite appearances, she had a spontaneous coronary artery dissection of the left anterior descending artery. But after being rushed to Baycare's St. Anthony's Hospital cath lab, doctors inserted 2 stents, which opened her artery. And thank heaven, this extremely rare attack was treated at an extremely rare hospital.
Couple of USL heavyweights battling tonight at Al Link Stadium. Tampa Bay Rowdies and Real Monarchs, and the Rowdies with a 1-0 edge after the first frame. Drew Felios alongside Eddie Rodriguez and Lyndon Blake down on the field. We'll be joining Lyndon momentarily. And what a first half it was. Very physical first half of play. Head coach Mark Briggs for Real. We heard from him at the end of the first half. Now let's hear from our own Stuart Campbell as Lyndon Blake is with him.
Stuart, a great first half against a very tough team. What'd you tell the guys at halftime?
Yeah, more of the same. Like I said, it's a very close game. I think all the stats back it up, the possession, the shots and crosses and everything. So yeah, we have to continue to work in the same manner, both defensively and offensively.
Lance Roseboom had a big first half. How pleased are you with the way your defense has played so far?
Yeah, I think the whole team from back to front, from front to back, have defended really, really well against a really good team, and we know we're going to have to do exactly the same effort and commitment for the next 45 minutes.
Thanks, Coach. Back to you guys.
All right, Lyndon, thanks so much. Stuart Campbell, happy to be ahead right now. The Rowdies want to keep it that way. And Eddie, when we asked Coach Campbell about Lance Roseboom and what he brought to the pitch, Coach said he is a natural number 6. He defends so brilliantly. And Lance Roseboom, number 25 for Tampa Bay, has played like that so far.
Yeah, no, and that's exactly what he's brought to the table for the Rowdies today. playing that number 6, that defensive center mid. Just stay home. You tackle everything in front of you. You win your individual battles, and then you get up and play the simple ball. You play your number 8, your 9 on top. Of course, when you have players like Schaefer to your right, and then you have Joe Cole on the right and left, vice versa. It's just great outlet for Roseboom to play the ball to.
Georgi Hristov just 1 goal away from tying the Rowdies' all-time leading scoring mark. Hristov behind the Real defense, a few times called for a few offsides in the first half. We're underway. Second half here from Al Lang Stadium on this TV, Tampa Bay. Match did get chippy a few times in that first half. Expect to see a very physical second half as well.
Definitely expect to see more of that. You can tell both coaches like to play that style, that good defense in the back. So it's going to be a tight game once again. And winning those individual battles that I keep talking about, it's crucial on any match that is this tight.
Kyle Karinga to throw it in. Kyle Karinga's game perhaps not as forward as David Najim as far as his style of play, but still very efficient. And I think settling in nicely here as Schaefer switches sides. Justin Portillo and now Charlie Adams building from the back for Real.
I think also in the case of Kyle Karinga, he's also playing against a team that, you know, is going to punish you if you go forward and don't come back. So he's being a little more methodical as far as when you go forward, and if it's not on, you want to make sure you have the wheels to get back.
Nanchoff. Oh, pass got through that time. Looked like Hristov had a good opportunity atop the 18, but the ball gets away.
It looks like Hristov was looking to play Joe Cole. And Joe Cole didn't continue running. He stopped.
Jaden Ryden didn't get a good touch on it that time, and Tampa Bay will come back as Karinga chance to operate here against his former team. Hoffman comes up, deflects it from Roseboom, and now Sebastian Velasquez, the wizard, in the midfield for Real. Velasquez with it now, just outside the 18. Look at the magic he brings. Ball up, Rowdy's able to clear it barely.
Yeah, Velasquez is so dangerous. He got through, actually, great through ball that played him. And now Georgi on the other side.
Hristov trying to outrun David Ochoa to the ball. Rowdies with some numbers here as Joe Cole recognizes that. Cole trying to slide one through. Good defense by the Monarchs.
Actually, Schaefer trying to play that through ball. Perhaps could have played the ball to the outside or just take a shot to goal. They had numbers up. Ochoa was out in that challenge against Georgi Hristov.
Nanchoff now settling things for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Both teams operating very carefully tonight. Leo Fernandez in the corner. And this should be, see, a throw-in or a corner kick.
I think it's a throw-in. Moberg went down, but Schaefer, no, it's a corner.
Yeah, this is a corner kick. So this corner kick brought to you by Ashley Home Stores. Ashley Home Stores corner kick coming up for the Rowdies.
Keep an eye on Neil Collins right there. You saw him making a near run. By far, probably the best header of the whole entire team.
Ball sent on just a little bit low. Nanchoff gets it back to Schaefer. Schaefer squeezes one through. Nice 1-2 right back to him. Marcel with Andrew Brody right on top of him, and another Ashley Home Store corner kick coming up.
Once again, the Rowdies putting pressure, keeping the pressure, back-to-back corner kicks.
Michael Nanchoff, the outswinger this time. Nanchoff with good air under it. Ochoa has to punch it out. Came out momentarily. And Now the Monarchs will try and counter quickly the other way. There's Kyle Karinga safely. He would not let Velasquez get loose.
Well, that's the key. You want to stay one in the front, one behind. Make sure Velasquez doesn't get the ball. We've seen his ability to turn players inside out. Very, very dangerous player with the ball.
Andrew Brody to throw it in for the Monarchs. Keep in mind, Real trailing right now. They have not lost a match so far this season. In fact, they have not even drawn. They've gotten every result they have set out for so far this year. Roseboom touches ahead. Cole working. Center circle now, Nanchoff.
Rowdies doing a great job just keeping possession out of the back, switching the point of attack, just maintaining possession and just dictating when they want to go forward.
Tampa Bay able to get one through, but the whistle blown as Cole was just offsides.
And of course,
that time
he's going to get a booking for that yellow card, the second yellow for the Rowdies, and the home crowd does not like it.
So Joe Cole, yellow card here in the 51st minute. And I believe it was for that kick away. Little frustration built in. Hey, you want to get exclusive video content and photography from across the USL? Make sure to follow the league's official Instagram account at uslsoccer.com. Exclusive video and photography from across the league on Instagram.
It's a little frustrating. Joe Cole is going to say that he never heard the whistle, trying to go forward and put the shot on frame.
That is Instagram at USL Soccer, Eddie. Simply USL Soccer. I know you're very active on Instagram, right, Eddie?
As much as I can, not as much as you, but.
Rowdies going to work. Now trying to come back and equalize. Early minutes of the second half. Josh Hurd sends it back. Justin Portillo. Call for the handball. Chang. Replay on.
There was definitely contact with the hand. Michael Chang brought the ball down. Great job bringing the ball down, though. Very difficult ball in the air to bring down.
Charlie Adams. Service in. Defender goes down. Velasquez able to win the ball and no whistle. Look, sounded like we heard a smidge of a whistle and players just kind of stopped for a moment, but I don't believe one was officially blown.
Yeah, that's what Neil Collins is arguing about.
See players on the far side warming up for the Monarchs. Likely going to see several substitutes as we near the latter part of this second half. And we have not seen, keep in mind, the player that we talked about in the open, Asta Kasher, who is likely going to be a late entry coming into this game, and he is a game changer. The Rowdies will certainly take notice as soon as number 46 comes to the pitch.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely have to keep an eye on him. Great finisher. Of course, we talked about him in the pre-game show, so you have to keep an eye on him, especially coming in late in this game with a fresh tank of gas.
Ryden touches forward. Ryden is a big physical player for Real. They have got some tremendous prospects. There's Kasher right there, the Algerian, former Colorado Springs switchback. He's made a transition to Real and really settling in to the lineup, getting really comfortable. When he comes in, look out. Chang now working from the right side as he has done all night long. Little shuffle, top of the 18. The flick was on. Mizell in position. Here's another ball crossed in, and the Rowdies able to clear.
Great job by Roseboom. Just gets there, right place, right time, just clears the ball out of the back. Once again, playing that number 6 role brilliantly.
Adams. Monarchs controlling possession here over the past 5 minutes of play, as this one is sent out, and it should be a Rowdies throw-in. About Kyle Kuringa tonight. Some words for his former team. You know, for viewers in Tampa Bay, weekdays starting at 4 on MOR. It's Family Fun Time featuring Steve Harvey, the Goldbergs, Modern Family, and Tampa Bay's #1 comedy, The Big Bang Theory. Turn on the laughs and get more with MOR. It's one thing, Eddie, to make your first start ever at home. It's another thing to do it against your former team. As the Rowdies will have possession once again. Did you ever have, Eddie, any emotional games like that where you played a former team or guys you knew really well?
Of course, you have to, you know, put your feelings aside. It's you know, very nerve-wracking, if you will, but it's fun as well. Every time, any chance you get to play against your ex-teammates, it's always fun. But you play against ex-teams, ex-teammates, ex-coaches. Part of being a professional player, you have to go where, you know, we have this saying that you're not a pro player until you get traded or released. And it pretty much happens to a lot of players.
Ochoa, dangerous ball that time. Clears it just in time. And the Rowdies will work from the back once again. Yet to see a substitute in this contest. Roseboom working from the midfield. Schaefer. And the Rowdies now working from the back. Neil Collins a touch as well. Now Kuringa, very patient tonight in his first start. Hanchoff to Roseboom. 1-2 there, Schaefer. And the Rowdies being very patient.
Yeah, they're doing a great job just keeping the ball, switching the point of attack once again, using the whole space. And if it's not on, they do that. They bring it back all the way back to the 2 center backs, trying to exploit the space. Of course, the best thing they have is to score, and now they're trying to manage the time, the rest of the time in this second half.
Rowdies simply finding feet right now.
Absolutely, finding feet, and when it's on, now you can attack and go forward. Wait for Hristov to make a great diagonal run and play and put him through, or if you can do a 1-2 on top of the 18. But other than that, Drew, you're gonna be pretty content with just keeping possession of the ball in the center or even in the defensive third.
Here's Ryden now attacking with a head of steam. Look out, Monarchs trying to get one on goal, but there's Collins to intercept it. Hanchoff now.
And Neil Collins once again cutting that angle at the right time.
Saw how fast, though, Kalen Ryden got downfield. The defender out of Norman, Oklahoma, played last year for the Jacksonville Armada. Gorski. Now, right back to Cody Mizell. Mizell has not been challenged much tonight. Justin Portillo. Portillo sends it out of bounds. Portillos will throw it in for Tampa Bay. So up to this point, just a Joe Cole goal separating these two teams. And a little slippery right now as I believe some rain coming down at Al-Link Stadium at the moment. They've been clear from Mother Nature so far, but rain here in the 59th minute. And hopefully it's just a few drizzles.
Yeah, yellow card for that foul, taking down Joe Cole from behind. We're about to see the first substitution of this match. The Monarchs.
And looks like Masta Kasher is sent to enter for the Monarchs. Cacher, the Algerian, will come in and replace Josh Hurd in the midfield. Rowdies trying to work Hristov. Not been able to get free all night, drawing so much attention as Michael Gallagher marking him tightly. And here comes the substitution, and there is Asta Cacher. He is the only player last year that played and started in all 32 matches for Colorado. Did not take a night off. A former MLS Cup winner also with the LA Galaxy. A former UCLA Bruin to boot. He's had a great career.
Yeah, outstanding career with the Bruins of UCLA and then the Galaxy.
Well, visit the USL's Instagram story every Monday evening to watch Kelsey Steele's hat trick as she breaks down 3 key talking points from the previous week's actions. That's Kelsey Steele's hat trick. Well, Asta Cacher just entered the contest, and Lyndon, you are tracking him down on the pitch. What's up?
Yes, Asta Cacher is a fast scorer. Mark Briggs says when he comes in the game, he decides games. So, you know, when they make this sub, they're really looking to put on the attack on the Rowdies, guys.
See how the Rowdies answer here. Can they hold strong for the remaining 30? This ball sent to the right side. Good hesitation. Sebastian Velasquez now. This is the magician. And the Rowdies marking him tightly. Let's see. Looks like it is going to be a goal kick. Defense responding well.
Great job by the Rowdies just closing that space. As soon as he takes somebody on, there's that defensive help. You see 3 green jerseys right around Velasquez, who's looking to go through all 3 of them. Great job defending them. That's what you want to do, close the space. As soon as it beats one, you want somebody else right behind him, and that's the toughest thing to do. You want to get that space because he's so quick off the dribble.
Velasquez moved to the United States with his mother when he was 14 years old. Played at the highest level, Eddie, in Colombia. Wants to get back to that level. And certainly having a brilliant season in 2018. One of the big reasons why Real is perfect. Well, one thing is certain, Eddie, we're in the 63rd minute right now. If you're a Rowdies fan, you are confident, but you're certainly not comfortable with a 1-0 lead, are you?
No, absolutely not enough. You gotta keep going forward. You wanna potentially get that 2-0 lead, but if not, you wanna make sure that you're not giving anything up, especially a silly goal, anything around the 18. You wanna make sure you keep playing that good, sound, solid defense, especially just with that good defensive center mid spot. You see him right there, Roseboom. He's done a great job defending for the Rowdies tonight on that center mid spot, so you want to make sure you stay tight, stay composed, and the back for the Rowdies.
Cacher now working very quickly for Real. Velasquez in the mix. Look at all the defenders around him. He attracts so much attention. Ryden with the service in, and Tampa Bay again there at the 6 to head it out. But the play is not done. Monarchs attack once more. This one on the ground, and Tampa Bay doing a great job keeping it out. That's where film study is so important.
Absolutely. This is when the Monarchs are going to try to go forward. Don't be surprised if they go with, you know, an extra forward in the last 10, 15, trying to equalize this game. Want to go numbers up. Doing a pretty good job just putting pressure on the Rowdies. Every single Rowdy player behind that halfway line, including Georgie Hristov and Joe Cole. So the question for Stuart Campbell is, do you stay with a 1-0 lead, take a forward out, put a defender in, or you try to go for the 2-0 when it's on? And of course,
well, you'll notice tonight the Real Monarchs honoring their former assistant coach, Liam Miller, at 36 years old. Passed away back in February, diagnosed with cancer the end of last season, and it moved on him quickly and took his life quickly. Liam Miller honored by these Real Monarchs, and the Monarchs playing inspired play and honor, Eddie, of their former assistant coach.
No, absolutely. Coach Miller, did so much for this team. Pretty close with Mark Briggs. Very unfortunate situation. We spoke to the coach and said he did so much for this team, and he was such a huge part that the players just want to play for him, and now, of course, it unites this team.
Yeah, Liam Miller also played for Manchester United and Celtics FC as well. Was a heck of a player in his day, and certainly missed and remembered by the Real Monarchs in Real Salt Lake. Charlie Adams and Portillo now building some pace. The defense for the Rowdies up to the task here in the 65th minute. Here's Sebastian Velasquez trying to get a shot. Cody Mizell picks it up off the ground. So, for viewers in Tampa Bay, weekdays starting at 4 on MOR, it's Family Fun Time featuring Steve Harvey, the Goldbergs, Modern Family, and Tampa Bay's #1 comedy, Big Bang Theory. Turn on the laughs and get more with MOR. And we want to remind you to catch Hollywood's greatest stars 24 hours a day on This TV Tampa Bay. Catch all the stars of your Tampa Bay Rowdies, every Rowdies home game on This TV Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's first 24-hour movie channel in the home of Rowdies soccer. '66th minute. And nobody here at Al Lang comfortable with this 1-0 lead. Lone goal of the game by Joe Cole, but Rowdies defense splendid up to this point. And last few possessions, Eddie, every time Velasquez touches in traffic, you kind of hold your breath, but the Rowdies don't seem intimidated. That they are attacking him and they are marking him tight.
No, and as soon as he touches the ball, 3 or 4 green-yellow jerseys just get around him, and that's exactly what you want to do. Don't give him space, don't give him time, because he's the type of player who can slice you and dice you in a matter of, short yards right there. So as soon as he touches the ball, you got to get around him and toe poke the ball away. Great job by the Rowdies defensively.
Ball slid through. Cashier couldn't catch up to it, but now the Monarchs attacking. This one gets away, though, as Hoffman did not do a good job taking care of it. Rowdies getting set to go to their bench for the first time. Sebastian Wenzati is warming up.
Yeah, Wenzati will come in for Leo Fernandez. A forward for a forward, so that tells you the mentality of Stuart Campbell. He wants that second goal for the Rowdies. Way too much time in this second half to just sit back and play defense. I like that strategy. Go forward and finish this game with another goal.
Marcel Schaefer sends it far side. Zach Portillo's taking care of it for Tampa Bay. Here's Schaefer again. Little flick ahead. Tampa Bay can work just outside the 18. And ball will be sent into the seats. Rowdies will throw it in on the far side.
13 in, 11 out.
Not much offense in the second half by Tampa Bay as we get set now for our first substitute, brought to you by K-Puck Marketing. Rowdies going to their bench. Leo Fernandez heads out. Sebastian Wenzati comes in. Our K-Puck Marketing first sub of this contest.
Yeah, great job by Fernandez. Didn't get as many balls as he usually get going forward. A great job, though, especially defensively, coming back and helping out. As you see, Wenzati getting a fresh look the last 22 minutes this second half.
Joe Cole, so far the star of the night for Tampa Bay. Coringa very calmly sends it back. Roseboom attacks the center. Now Marcel Schaefer had his pass on the ground deflected. A good slide that time. Backline comes up to take care of things. Joe Cole, good turn. Cole with the attack. The shot is on! rebound, and Georgi Hristov makes history.
Georgi Hristov has been waiting for that ball all night long. A ball with the advantage of him going forward. Great job by Joe Cole taking 2 players on. And what a ball he plays right into the space. Great job by Georgi Hristov making that diagonal run to tie the record for the Rowdies. What a play. And it all starts out of the back. Georgi Hristov, all-time Rowdies goal record with 57. Once again, Joe Cole threading the needle. Great ball. First time Georgi Hristov going far post. Nothing David Ochoa could do. He comes out short. And Georgi Hristov, just like that, puts the exclamation point in this game.
How about Cole with the assists? And Hristov, the Bulgarian, 57th goal as a Tampa Bay Rowdy. And the crowd going wild here at Al Lang Stadium. Masta Kasher now the other way. And very close that time as Cody Mizell got a piece of it. The ball was alive right in front of the net. Another substitution as Ricky Lopez Espin enters for the Real Monarchs.
Yeah, this is when Mark Briggs is going to go forward with players. Might as well. You're down 2-0. Just about 19 minutes left. Might as well go forward.
Ball set up now. Karinga. Galen Ryden plays it left. Kasher, can he do anything with it? Puts it on the ground, deflected, and this is going to be a corner for the Monarchs. A little bit of a miscommunication that time by the back line.
Boy, it was a deflection actually. Roseboom gets a piece of that. And Cody Mizell was trying to save the day and try to make sure the ball went for a throw-in instead of a corner. Doesn't quite get there. It's a good effort though.
72nd minute. Rowdy's not out of the woods just yet. See them trying to shield off the vantage point of Cody Mizell. Keep in mind, Rowdies have not surrendered a goal at home this year. And somebody took a shot inside the six for
Georgi Hristov, who cleared that header. He gets pushed right at the end of, look at the defensive job he's doing. All the way from the attacking spot, he comes back to defend a corner kick. He clears that ball at the end, gets pushed.
Eddie, we've seen Hristov use his head so brilliantly here at Al Lang this season, but that last goal came off his feet. He is brilliant on both sides, isn't he? Just his craftiness in knowing his positions, where to operate along that front line, just sensational.
He's just a great striker. We talked about how in the first half he wasn't getting the right ball into space, and he was waiting, and it took all the way to the 69th minute for him to get the perfect ball, courtesy of Joe Cole, and what a ball he was, just a sitter. And of course, Georgi Hristov did the rest with a great strike to the far post. Those are the best forwards in the world. They're quiet for 88 minutes. You give them one chance, boom, to put it away. And that's why they're the highest paid players in the world.
Portillo's all smiles right now for Tampa Bay. Here in the 74th minute. Drew Felios, Eddie Rodriguez, Lyndon Blake. As David Ochoa picks it up for Real. It's the Rowdies hosting the Real Monarchs. As you're watching Rowdies soccer on this TV, Tampa Bay. Goals by Joe Cole and Georgi Hristov, the veterans. The experienced members of this Tampa Bay Rowdies bunch have them up 2-0. And Eddie, when you're at home facing a team the caliber of Real, you need your veterans, the guys who have been around the block a few times, to step up, and it's exactly what Tampa Bay has gotten tonight.
Absolutely. You talked about earlier that you want your big-time players to come up in big-time games. Well, tonight is that case. Joe Cole with the first goal, and how about that second assist? And who else but Georgie Hristov to tie the record here at home. And don't go away, because we still have enough time for Georgie Hristov to break the record.
Now, if Hristov were somehow able to break the record tonight, this stadium would just explode. Collins very quietly done a good job along that back line tonight, Eddie.
Tremendous job. Won every single header, and just see how he just positioned his body right there when you can tell probably the forward was a little bit faster, but you know that experience, right? You put your body between the player and the ball, and that's how you shield that. Great job by Neil Collins in the back.
Charlie Adams sending it upfield now, left side. Cashier attacking again. Rowdies right on top of it. Charlie Adams again. This is Velasquez.
See, as soon as he touches the ball, Schaefer closing that space.
Portillo, good ball. Chang. This one sent out again. Have to mention the Monarchs next week will open a brand new stadium, Zions Bank Stadium. 5,000 seat capacity. We'll say goodbye to Rio Tinto Stadium. Should be an emotional week for the Monarchs when they head back home.
Justin Portillo with an in swinger. Once again, Georgie Hristov.
And Hristov cannot chase it down. Well, which teams are hitting peak performances in the USL? Find out every Monday afternoon when the USLsoccer.com power rankings are released to see where your team sits after its most recent results. And Monarchs this week, number 2 in the power rankings. If they don't get the result here tonight, that is probably going to change.
Definitely will change. A team that was, to this point, still undefeated. One of the only two teams in the USL with a clean record.
Michael Chang can't control it. Well, they have been road warriors so far, getting results at Tulsa, at Phoenix, and then at Seattle. To come in here tonight and get a win as well, that's just a monumental task. We're talking about 4 out of 5 on the road, Eddie, and the Rowdies right now on top.
No, that's definitely quite a task going on the road and winning 4 out of 5. To give him a lot of credit to the coaching staff, and of course Mark Briggs, the way he's been coaching this team to go on the road and just win games. The Monarchs were their third sub.
So Real set to bring in Juan Made, number 54, as Chandler Hoffman.
And that's that sub I was talking about. You put a forward for a defender, Hoffman a center back, and Made a forward. So now he's trying to go with 3 forwards, sometimes 4. Juan Ignacio Made. And Hoffman is the center back that comes out. So now that's when you get to the tactical game. The last 13 minutes of this game being down 2-0 for Real Salt Monarchs. They got to score a quick one if they want to stay alive in this match.
Cashier with the service. Rowdies right on top of it. Play it with Sebastian Winzati. Winzati with fresh legs. Monarchs, though, able to send him to the ground, and now Velasquez working. Roseboom right there. Shot comes on through traffic, and it sails wide to the right.
I keep saying it, but what a great job by the Rowdies just closing that space. As soon as Velasquez gets the ball, you know, Roseboom, whoever, Schaefer sometimes, whoever the closest player is, steps in, puts pressure, and then 2 other ones are providing the coverage and the balance as well for the Rowdies and that defensive shape.
Well, Stuart Campbell, Eddie, said that this past Monday was a very emotional day. After that loss to New York, the team got together, they closed the doors with the coaches in the room, Eddie, and they watched film. As you look at Nanchoff getting up a little bit slowly. but it was a time for the team to kind of get together and sort of take accountability for the mistakes made at New York. Coach Campbell said it wasn't finger pointing, but it was guys taking responsibility. And he said, guys, I'll tell you what, when things go right, I'm going to give you the credit when we win. When we lose, Coach Campbell said it's going to be on me. I think a great gesture by Stuart Campbell taking charge of this Rowdies team.
And of course, that's a sign of a great leader. Coach Stuart Campbell.
So the Rowdies right now in the driver's seat. 80th minute.
I'm not sure if you gave him a yellow card for time consuming. We have another sub for the Rowdies. Graf looking to come in.
Jochen Graf, former Rochester Rhino, will enter as he replaces Michael Nanchoff.
As Graf comes in, gives a little bit of instruction to Hristov to stay out wide and still play with 3 forwards, and Graf will stay more central.
Of course, our substitutes for Tampa Bay tonight brought to you by K-Pop Marketing. K-Pop Marketing, proud sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies. And Eddie, we would be doing ourselves a disservice tonight if we did not mention the services of David Najim and what he has brought to this Rowdies team this year. Fans right now loving life at Al Lang. Hopefully David Najim can sometime in the near future get back on the pitch. Certainly going to be a big loss to be without him the rest of the year.
Absolutely. It's one of the, bad things about playing professional sport, the injuries. But, if you can have surgery, repair that ACL and come back into action, do some rehab, and of course, as you mentioned, great job he's done with this Tampa Bay Rowdies side.
Sebastian Velasquez, nice pass, clear shot, and there, no, offside's going to be called. Well, it looked like that play was set up beautifully, but our official right there on top of it, and that's going to drive the Monarch side crazy.
Yeah, Ricky Lopez found himself ahead. It's definitely an outside. You can tell, right? This is a great angle right here, thanks to our camera people. You can tell right there, when he gets the ball, he's clearly at least 5 steps ahead, and you can see the linesman in the far end. Now remember, evens on, but it's when the player touches the ball. Now when you receive the ball, if you just happen to be faster than the defender, you can still be on the other side. But great job by our camera people up in the stands.
Well, for viewers in Tampa Bay, your next chance to catch Joe Cole, Georgie Hristov, and the rest of the Tampa Bay Rowdies on this TV Saturday, May 19th against the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Game time 7:30. Our pregame at 7 with Lyndon Blank right here on this TV, Tampa Bay. How about Lyndon doing a great job tonight in her debut, subbing in for Heather.
Getting ready for another Rowdies substitution.
Our substitutes, of course, brought to you by K-Pop Marketing.
Max.
And a big round of applause going to be for Georgie Hristov. Set to exit for the Rowdies is Max Lakawecki.
And now
16 will check in.
There's a sub for the Rowdies. You take Georgie Hristov, a forward out with only 7 minutes, and you bring a defender, Max Lakawecki, just to keep that clean sheet in the bag for Cody Mizell.
Ralph Smob is rocking tonight. And for good reason, as Hristov heads out. He's going to get lots of congratulations on the Rowdies side. Coach Campbell loving the work that his forward did here tonight.
Great job by Georgie Hristov. Not only in that goal, but just defensive shape. He came back for corner kicks, just defended well. Just great, solid effort. Of course, the big ticket tonight for him, tying the record.
Portillo now sends it down. Tampa Bay with Portillos marking. Dino Portillo. Joe Cole has been his worst nightmare here tonight.
Velasquez definitely drew a frustrating night for him. Sebastian Velasquez hasn't had the freedom to do what he wants to do that he normally has. A little more time and more space.
Sebastian Wenzati now holds things up for Tampa Bay. Time really becoming a factor. Marcel Schaefer sending it back. If you are the Rowdies, what are you thinking right now?
This is when you want to manage the time. You just keep possession of the ball. You don't have to go forward unless it's truly on. Like you see Gonzati trying to play Kyle Karinga into space. But other than that, Drew, you don't have to go forward. You don't have to go and adjust anything. Just keep the ball, switch your point of attack. Every time the ball goes out of bounds, you're going to shave a little time off the clock. You want to take your time as you see Joe Cole on top of the 18.
Cole will fire with the left foot. This one sails just a little bit high. He has been so aggressive tonight.
Graf was wide open on the other side.
36-year-old out of London, England. So good off the dribble. Got that one-on-one against David Ochoa, and you knew who was going to win that matchup. Here comes the service from the Monarchs. Rose Boom heads it away. That's Lakawecki from Tampa Bay.
Graf trying to turn the corner there, trying to find open space or play someone else, gets the throw in. And this is when you have to manage that time that I was talking about. See Kyle Karinga on the ball. Every time you shave 20, 30 seconds off that clock, and you're guaranteeing your team a victory.
Karinga will throw it in again.
Now you walk to the ball rather than jog to go get the ball. We have a quick chat with the ball boys.
It's pretty hard to believe that the Rowdies' last loss here at home was April 22nd. That's 1 day shy of a year ago here at Al Lang. As the offsides has been a common call here tonight. Manzati whistled that time. So if they get the win tonight, Eddie, it's going to be over a year since Tampa Bay has conceded here at home. This a true home field advantage for your Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Absolutely, and this will be a great way to come back from the Rowdies from that, last outing against the Red Bulls. So for them to come back, take care of their home field advantage and put two in the back of the net against a great team, by the way. A team that was undefeated out to this point. They're about 3 minutes and change to change their record.
Here's Velasquez trying to change things. The Rowdies' wall is in position. The right side was open for a moment, but again, so many offsides tonight. Michael Chang frustrated clearly.
Well, give credit to the Rowdies because that back line of four, all they're doing is stepping up. As soon as Velasquez hit that ball, watch, the whole line stepped up. See that? And it's all because Neil Collins is telling him step up. Once he calls that, look, 1, 2, and 3 players off. That's a great job defensively, and that's the captain. That's the job of a captain in the back. Neil Collins does that. He calls the offside trap, tells everybody to get up, and just like that, Drew, you stop marking your player and you step up with him.
Foot race now. The Monarchs winning it for a moment. A corner kick coming up for Real as Collins thought that he had gotten possession that time for the Rowdies. So Charlie Adams comes on to do the honors. Time is at a premium right now for Real. Can the Rowdies defense continue to lock down and hold that shutout streak intact? They haven't given up a goal here on their home pitch in 2018, and they're not about to just yet.
Neil Collins once again clearing that ball out of the 18.
th minute, Tampa Bay with an opportunity to attack. Rowdies, a long run, and hands on it by Ochoa to knock it down just in time.
And Graf had a player wide open in the far post. I think it was Gonzatti who made a 70-yard run. Once again, look at the far post. Really has no angle. And right there on top of the box, Schaefer was coming in as well. They had numbers, and that's the problem with the Monarchs going forward. So now you see players cramping as well. We talked about the humidity and how much water you lose in this.
So an Ashley Home Store corner kick coming up if Michael Gallagher can get off the field in one piece. He is really exhilarating and giving everything here tonight. We got 4 minutes of extra time coming up, so a corner kick on the way, courtesy of Marcel Schaefer.
Short corner kick by the Rowdies. Schaefer trying to kill that clock. Time management once again.
One week ago, the Rowdies looked slow to the ball. They looked at times a little lethargic against New York. Complete opposite this week. Here at home, that's what home cooking does. Cashier trying to get Monarchs in position. Again, the Rowdies defense just smothering here in the second half. And now trying to start another run. Can Jochen Graf make this one pay off? Able to keep it in bounds. Roseboom. Back to Graf, and now Tampa Bay will play keep away. Crowd loving it right now. Gonzatti trying to chase it down in the corner. Marcel Schaefer. Schaefer trying to set up a pass. Who's going to get free? Oh, looked like he had the deflection there, and he knows it. Nearly had the angle to make it 3-0.
Great job by the Rowdies, though, playing all four corners. Schaefer gets away, keeps the ball in bounds. He was trying to play that through ball. Graf all by himself would have been a tap in for the third goal for the Rowdies.
I think he was expecting a little more help that time too, Eddie, because he had the angle, right?
Yeah, just, you know, right now Schaefer's got no legs. He's been running for 90+ minutes, and I tell you, when you're a center mid like he is, he's putting some serious mileage in those legs. So you get to that end line, and you're...
Ashley Home Store corner kick by the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Now it's Karinga. Rowdies trying to stay intact for about another minute. Cashier now, the electric goal scorer, hasn't been heard from so far. Velasquez simply can't do anything against this Rowdies defense.
Oh, great ball by Schaefer. Graf one-on-one with the keeper, takes care of him. Open net.
Can he make him pay? And this ball deflected out of bounds. It'll be an Ashley Home Store corner kick, and you got to love the effort from Jochen Graf.
Great job by Graf, just making those great runs. I know he just came in with 10 minutes left, but I tell you what, he's been running everywhere.
Rowdies putting the finishing touches on what is going to be the third win of the season here at home. And that shutout streak will stay intact. Marcel Schaefer perhaps for some icing on the cake here. Not going to happen. Ball taken away. Now the Monarchs will play for what is likely their last chance. Karinga just wins another one like he's done all night long. And that is going to do it as the Tampa Bay Rowdies put in a complete effort for 90 minutes and change. And it's a 2-0 victory over the previously undefeated Real Monarchs. Let's send it down to the field. Lyndon Blake with Stuart Campbell.
Hey guys, yes, we're here with Coach Campbell. He's taking his players' hands. He's so excited tonight. Obviously a big win over a tough team. How does it feel to get the shutout?
Yeah, obviously it was really important, especially after last week. I thought it was two really good teams that put on a really entertaining show for the fans. And like I said, we created lots of chances, and I think we thoroughly deserved the 3 points.
Georgie tying the all-time scoring record. What's it been like to coach a player of his caliber?
Yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic. Obviously not just the coach, but also to have the pleasure to play him with. Now he's tied it. Why not go on and beat it?
Thanks, Coach. Back to you guys.
Eddie, this was everything the Rowdies could have hoped for and more.
Absolutely the perfect performance for the Rowdies coming back at home. Clean sheet in the back. And of course, 2 in the back of the net. Could have been more. A couple of chances right at the end. But talk about a great performance at home. It's all led by that man right there, Joe Cole, the captain of the Rowdies, who had the first goal and a brilliant assist. And what about Georgie Hristov tying the all-time record for the Rowdies?
What a night it was. Tampa Bay with 2 spectacular goals, one from Cole in the first half, the other from Hristov in the second half. This match did get a little chippy at times, especially in the first half. Neither team really willing to take too many chances, but the Rowdies did, thanks to Joe Cole. Lyndon is with him right now.
This is a man that found the back of the net first. What did it take to get through that tough defense?
Yeah, it was a good performance all round. Bounced back well. Thought we defended excellently. The lads that come in the team done really well. Really pleased for everyone.
Got to play a couple of seasons with Georgie to know that he just tied the all-time scoring record tonight. What's it been like to have him as a teammate?
Yeah, he's a great teammate, great player, and pleasure to see him do that tonight. Big moment for him, and yeah, he's a legend.
Thanks so much, guys. Back to you.
All right, Lyndon, thanks to you. Georgie Hristov and the Tampa Bay Rowdies start the celebration 2-0 over the Real Monarchs, and our postgame is just getting started from Al Lake Stadium when we come back.
This copyrighted telecast of United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.
Best tailgate, brisket.
No, real football y pollo asado.
Hoops and wings. Dude, subs.
Hot dog.
Chili dog.
No, Dodger dog.
It's gotta be crawfish.
Now you're talking. Burgers.
7-layer dip. Ribs. No contest.
Hummus.
What?
You need a hot grill.
And an ice-cold Coke.
Of course.
Football and Coke. Come on.
It's got to be Coke.
Game day.
Race day.
Calls for Coke. You know it.
Grab yourself a Coke.
It's Tailgate 101.
Time for the postgame show on this TV, Tampa Bay. And what a night for Georgie Hristov and the Tampa Bay Rowdies. 2-0 the score over the Real Monarchs. Great to have you with us. Hope you enjoyed it with Eddie Rodriguez. I'm Drew Felios. We'll get to Lyndon Blake down on the field momentarily. But how about this win for the Tampa Bay Rowdies? It was simply tremendous. The goal by Joe Cole in the first, and then in the second, it was Georgie Hristov.
Well, once again, Drew, it was pretty much a perfect performance for the Rowdies. I love the way they bounce back after a 5-0 loss against New York Red Bulls. They come back, they come at home. They have a perfect clean sheet. Defensively, they were absolutely superb. Joe Cole said it. Everybody that stepped in when Velasquez had the ball, the most dangerous player for Real Monarchs, they did their job defensively. They went forward, and, of course, they scored the 2 goals going away.
All right, let's take a look at the highlights. Several adjustments made in the first half for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. We're kind of waiting to see how these adjustments would pay off. The big one, Lance Roseboom getting defensive, and the Rowdies lineup tested early in the first 20 minutes. Cody Mizell a little frozen there as that ball sails over, but that was really the only threat in the first half for the Monarchs. Meanwhile, the Rowdies went to Marcel Schaefer. He had a good look there. It went just wide.
Yeah, Georgie Hristov with a great run. And here's the key play right here. Joe Cole steps in, looks at the bad touch, wins the ball, goes 1-on-1 against Ochoa, beats him, and puts the ball in the back of the net for the 1-0 lead for the Rowdies.
Crowd went crazy there as the Rowdies took the 1-0 lead. And then this brilliant pass by Cole, the assist to Georgie Hristov. What a night for Joe Cole, and Hristov with a great finish.
Absolutely better. You know, the finish right there by him, it was just tremendous.
All right, our final stats. This is how they read. What numbers really stand out to you, Eddie? You had a lot of offsides tonight, 13 of them total.
Well, the Rowdies were trying to push the lines, trying to go through, and of course, other than the obvious, the 2-0 lead for the Rowdies, they were sitting back a little bit. You know, you look at the possession, 50.5. Now, once the Monarchs went forward with 3 forwards, sometimes 4, the Rowdies have to sit back a little more.
Just getting warmed up here on this Rowdies postgame show. Much more to come as Georgie Hristov tying now the all-time lead in goal scoring for your Tampa Bay Rowdies. We're back in just a moment.
Can you feel it? That vibe. It's here on America's best beaches. Feel it in unique mashups of amazing, crazy, and wow. So within every moment, you live amplified. St. Pete Clearwater, solar powered and radiating 1,000,000 megawatts of possibility. Dive in deeper at liveamplified.com.
In the Tampa Bay area, the weather can change in an instant. Especially during storm season, it pays to stay on top of it. That's what makes the free TVO weather app so indispensable. You can track approaching storms with animated radar that zooms to your location. And you can click on the Future Radar button to see where the weather is headed. Don't get caught in the rain. Download TVO Weather today. Go to tvo.com/weather to get started.
Jennifer Davis was the last person you'd expect to have a heart attack. But despite appearances, she had a spontaneous coronary artery dissection of the left anterior descending artery. But after being rushed to Baycare's St. Anthony's Hospital cath lab, doctors inserted 2 stents, which opened her artery. And thank heaven, this extremely rare attack was treated at an extremely rare hospital.
If you're new in town and working on your dreams and you don't know what you need, we got the perfect plan for you. My Blue, we are here for you, for you, for you. We're Florida Blue. Don't you worry now, 'cause you don't have to. Here we always say we got you. We are here for you. This is your home, Florida Blue.
Oh, big night for Lance Rosenboom and the Tampa Bay Rowdies as Rosenboom gets the start, and it pays off. His defense huge in the Rowdies' 2-0 victory over the Real Monarchs. It was Rosenboom's defense combined with Georgie Hristov's offense, and that's what led Tampa Bay Rowdies to their 4th victory of the season. So Georgie Hristov now standing by. Lyndon Blake is with him. Lyndon, it's all yours.
I'm with the man. It was your night tonight, tie the Rowdies' all-time scoring record at 57. What emotions are you feeling right now?
I'm very happy. I'm happy, for the achievement. I'm happy we won 3 points against a very good team tonight. It was a great night for us, for me, and I appreciate the support from all the guys because, it's a collective sport. So it would not have been possible without my teammates, and they were all happy for me. They were cheering, and it means so much because they helped me so much to do that. And again, I'm very happy for the 3 points as well.
And you always told us this season that you just think of just one goal at a time. You weren't really thinking about the record, but now that it's here, what does it mean to cross this milestone?
It means a lot. It's a legendary club. I think it's the oldest soccer club in America right now that's still going. So I'm very happy. I'm very proud to play for that team. Very, very proud.
Congrats, Georgie, guys.
All right, Lyndon, thanks so much. The greatness of Georgie Hristov continues, and tonight he even had our Lazuna shot of the game, the one-timer here.
It all started with Joko with a great ball to the space, great diagonal run right here. Watch this run by Georgie Hristov, gets the defenders back, goes against Ochoa, puts it in the back of the net, and just like that, ties the record.
That is our Luna Zol tequila shot of the game from Georgie Hristov as the Rowdies go in and win by a final score 2-0. We've got more coming up from Al Lang Stadium. Stay with us. The Rowdies celebration party continues.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we want you to eat better and feel better with smoothies made from better-for-you ingredients and food crafted with the bold flavors you love, like our Chipotle Chicken Club flatbread with grilled chicken, bacon, pepper jack, and chipotle mayo, or our Island Green Smoothie with fresh kale and spinach, banana, mango, and pineapple. Life's too good to settle for anything less. Chipotle Chicken Club and Island Green Smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better.
It's time to celebrate and save at Ashley Home Store's anniversary sale. Save 35% on furniture and mattresses, or get 72 months no interest on new styles to celebrate your home. Going on now at America's #1 furniture and mattress store. Hurry in and save at Ashley Home Store.
2-0 the score. Tampa Bay Rowdies victorious tonight over the Real Monarchs. A complete effort for the Rowdies as they improved to 4-2 on the season. One big change for Tampa Bay was in the midfield where Lance Roseboom would take over for Jack Blake. The Rowdies want to get more defensive, and it worked to a T. Lance right now is worth Lyndon Blake.
Lance, Stuart said earlier this week he wanted to put you in this lineup to tighten up the center. You had an outstanding game today. What worked for you?
No, thank you very much. I think the entire team played really well. I think we were very disciplined defensively. Obviously, it was a tough game last weekend, and we kind of had an emphasis on obviously keeping our shape, especially in the middle of the field. And it was good to come in and try to help get the job done. But we have a fantastic group of midfielders on any given day. They're going to come in and do the same job. Jack, Martin, Joe, Marcel, all those guys, Nano. We have a really good team. So it was good to come in and get the job done today.
And what kind of confidence does that build with your team, knowing after a loss you can make those adjustments in the lineup and then come out and get a win?
It's really big. It was really big tonight. You know, Coach talked all week about how he wanted a reaction from us, and we obviously have a veteran group and a lot of experience on the team, and the guys show great character tonight. And I think it builds confidence that anybody can come in. Like I said, anybody can come in and get the job done and do a good job. You know, in training, guys are we have a really good group of guys, so it was a good night.
Thanks, Lance. Guys, back to you.
All right, guys, thanks so much. Boy, did Lance ever do his job tonight.
Absolutely. You know, you talk about the defensive shape. Lance talked about, you know, the great team. Look at that once again, playing that number 6. And, you know, anytime Velasquez got the ball, different players stepped in. You see even Portillo here. Different players all over the field. As soon as the Monarchs had the ball, closing that gap, closing that space, that's what they gave them that defensive shape, that great shape in the back, especially as the Monarchs were trying to go forward and score a goal.
So Jack Blake also, I mean, he made great contributions this year, Eddie, and we're definitely going to see him down the line, but the Rowdies simply needed a little bit more defense. Needed something else tonight.
Absolutely, and that's one of those things about having a deep roster you talk about. Once again, that's a great job of the coaching staff from Stuart Campbell. Sometimes you need a little more defense. You bring somebody else. Sometimes you need to go forward. You bring it forward instead, and that's the whole tactical aspect of the game of soccer.
All right, more to come from Al Lang Stadium. The Real Monarchs are perfect no more as the Rowdies with Sebastian Wenzati and company get a big victory. We'll have more from downtown St. Pete in a moment.
If you're new in town and working on your dreams and you don't know what you need, we got the perfect plan for you. My blue, we are here for you, for you, for you. We're Florida Blue. Don't you worry now, 'cause you don't have to. Here we always say we got you. We are here for you. This is your home, Florida Blue.
Florida Print Solutions is St. Petersburg's leader for the best quality, service, marketing, and printing solutions for your business, always with free pickup and delivery. At Florida Print Solutions, we stand for our community. Superior product quality, effective business solutions, and of course, we stand for printing. Make your next call to Florida Print Solutions and take your business image to the next level. Florida Print Solutions is an official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Best tailgate, brisket.
No, real football y pollo asado.
Hoops and wings. Dude, subs.
Hot dogs.
Chili dog.
No, Dodger dog.
It's gotta be crawfish.
Now you're talking. Burgers.
7-layer dip. Ribs. No contest.
Hummus.
What?
You need a hot grill.
And ice cold Coke.
Of course.
Football and Coke. Come on.
It's got to be Coke.
Game day.
Race day.
Calls for Coke. You know it.
Grab yourself a Coke.
It's tailgate 101.
The celebration rolls on. 2-0 the final. Tampa Bay Rowdies over Real Monarchs. Rowdies get their 4th win of the season and a clean sheet. You know, we talked about Cody Mizell, how tough it was to concede 5 last week and then get a clean one here tonight under the lights at Al Lang. And Cody is with our Lyndon Blake down on the pitch. Lyndon?
Cody, you got to be feeling good after tonight's win, especially coming off last week's 5-0 loss.
Yeah, it feels good. Get a clean sheet, get our confidence back, especially in the back line, because didn't have the best performance last week, and today every single 5 of us with Lance, and including myself, had a solid day, and we'll take the clean sheet.
And tonight makes more than a year since you guys have lost at home. What does this crowd do for you?
Man, this crowd's unbelievable. We build off them, and you can see undefeated at home. I don't think we've conceded at home yet this year, so it's something we take pride in, and we're very proud of.
Thanks, Cody. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, the Rowdies certainly with one of the great home field advantages in all of the USL. Talked about Cody Mizell. He said that the crowd really pumps life into them, but it just seems like a different team, Eddie, here on this home pitch, doesn't it?
Well, it does. As a professional athlete, it's always great when you have your home crowd behind you. You come home, they know that no matter what, they're going to support you. And Marcel was absolutely correct. The flat back four, him, and, of course, Roseboom at center mid, they did a tremendous job defensively, close everything. And if you look at the chances, they did not have a clear chance other than a couple of them that were offsides already.
All right, we talked about a lot of different players. How about Joe Cole, the savvy veteran, in the first half, made the play of the match as both teams were kind of feeling each other out back and forth. Eddie, you asked the question, which superstar is going to break through? There was no question. It was 26.
Absolutely. Joe Cole had the vision that as soon as the defender took a bad touch, he went at him, stole the ball, went one-on-one with the goalkeeper, Ochoa, took him to the outside, and just like that, he put up the Rowdies 1-0 early, late in that first half.
And then we cannot forget about Kyle Karinga, the hometown boy, coming back home tonight. His first start as a Tampa Bay Rowdy. He had a special section reserved for him. Imagine the nerves going through number 2. He took the pitch with confidence. A lot of the plays he made, you're not going to see him on the stat sheet, but Eddie, he certainly really led the Rowdies in a lot of ways tonight.
Which is, like I told you, he had to control, his nerves, because playing at home against your old team in front of a lot of a lot of friends, then your parents. So he did a great job just doing his job, not doing more, not doing less. Great job defensively from Karinga, going forward a couple times as well.
All right, altogether, the Tampa Bay Rowdies get a huge win tonight. Let's take a look at more scores from around the USL as Ottawa and North Carolina have a 1-1 draw. Atlanta United, very impressive as they draw Louisville City. How about that? Atlanta United, too, with the youngsters in that program, find a way to get a point. How about FC Cincinnati and Pittsburgh? That's the second week Cincinnati has come away with the draw. Penn FC and Charleston Battery, another draw. We got all draws tonight in the USL on our board. But the Rowdies will move up. They get a critical 3 points and now 12, one behind Louisville City.
That's right, because Louisville City tied, but just 2 ahead of the Red Bulls. They like to forget about the last outing away. Now they came back once again. I keep talking about how they bounced back, and that's something Stuart Campbell talked about. We want a reaction. Well, he sure got a reaction tonight.
Take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Charleston Battery away, and then, in fact, you got 3 games on the road. Rowdy's going to have to kind of shift into a different mode here before coming home on May 19th to take on Pittsburgh.
Yeah, those 3 away games are going to be tough. Stuart Campbell and the rest of the Rowdies are going to have to figure out a way to get a result somewhere, whether it's a Charleston Battery, Penn, or even with the Kickers, which it's a hard team to play against. So you got to keep adding points, whether it's 1 away or 3 at home.
Next home game, Saturday, May 19th, Al Lang Stadium, as the Pittsburgh Riverhounds come in here to take on the Rowdies. This TV, Tampa Bay is the place. 7 o'clock, the pregame show with Lyndon, and our coverage. The game begins at 7:30. Final 30 seconds for you and I, Eddie. Main things that stood out tonight.
Just great job defensively by the Rowdies. They kept that clean sheet, and then going forward, they were patient. Hristov was patient. Joe Cole, great going forward. Great assist, great goal, and that's how the Rowdies found the victory tonight.
All right, the Tampa Bay Rowdies put on a show tonight in front of the home fans. They get a huge result, 2-0 over the Real Monarchs. Hope you enjoyed it. For our fabulous crew here at Al Lang Stadium, for Lyndon Blake down on the field, Eddie Rodriguez, and how about Mr. Kyle Karinga tonight in front of the home fans. I'm Drew Fellio saying so long from downtown St. Pete, and here is our match in 5.
Can you feel it? That vibe. It's here on America's best beaches. Feel it in unique mashups of amazing, crazy, and wow. So within every moment, you live amplified. St. Pete Clearwater, solar powered and radiating 1,000,000 megawatts of possibility. Dive in deeper at liveamplified.com.
Life, it's not measured by the breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. Life is the unlimited possibilities all around us. It's the interesting people we meet, the epic places we see, the incredible memories we create. Life is always going on. All you have to do is choose to live it. Full of life. Mohegan Sun.
In the Tampa Bay area, the weather can change in an instant. Especially during storm season, it pays to stay on top of it. That's what makes the free TVO weather app so indispensable. You can track approaching storms with animated radar that zooms to your location. And you can click on the Future Radar button to see where the weather is headed. Don't get caught in the rain. Download TVO Weather today. Go to tvo.com/weather to get started.